station that powers relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
He surrounds me like his shield. I need to cover me from now until the day I see my King. Lift your voice and shout favor. He surrounds me like a shield. He will cover me from now until the day I see my King. Shout it louder, favor. It surrounds me like a shield. It will cover me from now until the day I see my King. The next one. It's surrounding from within. It is moving me.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. This is the Citi Breakfast Show.
It's surrounding from within. It is moving me from now. Are you sure? One more time, power. It's surrounding from within. It is moving me from now. Fire, 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 fire. It is burning up my soul. It is moving me from now. It is driving me from now until the day I see my King. Shout fire. It is burning in my soul. And it is driving me from now until the day I see my King. One more time, fire. It is burning in my soul. It is burning from now. Next one now. Angels, they are all around me now, and they are following me from now until the day I see my King.
Citi 97.3. Accra.
All around me now, they are following me from now until the day I see my King. See what you are saying, you are surrounded, angels. They are all around me now. They are following me from now. They are following me from now. They are following you until the day I see my King. One more time, shouting, angels. They are all around me now. They are following me from now until the day I see my King.
628, Lawrence Oyo with a song we've grown to love. Favor, it surrounds me like a shield. It will cover me from now until the day I see my King. But thou, O Lord, will bless the righteous, and with your favor you will surround him as with a shield. Oh my goodness, such a powerful prayer, such a powerful affirmation from the man King David in Psalm 5 verses 14. Was it Psalm 5 verses 12? It says, for you, O Lord, will bless the righteous. And what is the blessing? With favor, you will surround him as with a shield. So favor is a blessing. And of course, a day of favor is worth many years of labor. One day of favor is worth 1,000 days of labor. For the patriarchs moved with envy and sold Joseph as a slave. They sold Joseph as a slave, whose feet they hurt with fetters. But God was with him and delivered him from all his trouble and gave him wisdom and favor. If there's anything you want to ask for 2026, if there's anything you need in the month of January, favor that surrounds you as with a shield that opens doors for you. But you also need wisdom to manage the favor. So this morning, what are you desiring? Lord, give us wisdom and give us favor, like you gave to Joseph in a strange land. So he stood before a king and glorified your name with his excellence. That's what we're all asking for this morning. For your children, for yourself, for your team, give them wisdom and favor. We could play this song over and over again. We're starting off this show. A lot of things happening today. A busy day. Starting off with the business sense that you just heard from Stanbic, corporate and investment banking, partnering businesses to drive Africa and Ghana's growth from energy to mining, infrastructure, trade, financing the ideas and enterprises that empower economies. Our partnerships with market leaders in energy, trade, and mining sectors prove that when ambition meets expertise, growth is inevitable. Call 030-2815-789. Speak to our CIB team or visit stanbicbank.com.gh to get started. Stanbic Bank, driving growth, creating sustainable impact. A busy day indeed today. We advertised that we'll be interviewing the managing director of the Ghana Water Company. So he's joining us at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
For an hour and at least 20 minutes of conversation on the water situation in the country, how they're fighting to make water cleaner and more accessible and more available, specific concerns coming from various parts of the country. How is Galamsey affecting water treatment plants? Why are they increasing water tariffs? And what will the people of Teshi and Nungwa need to do to get water to drink? All of those coming up live on the in the studio today. Then at 11 o'clock, we bring you the Citi Channel 1 Roundtable, Muhammad 2.0. We're looking at the 6 thematic areas we've chosen. There are many thematic areas we could have looked at, but looking at education with Kofi Asari. We're looking at economy with Professor Bab Watting. We're looking at infrastructure with David Ofosu Dote. We're looking at governance and anti-corruption with Mary Ada. We're also looking at environment with one of my new people. This is called Dr. Ekuya Odum.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're looking at agric with our good old friend, Professor Roger Canton.
Strong.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking why don't you add health? Why don't you add others? I'm saying this is the first 6. We could do others, but it's going to be live on Channel 1 television at 11 a.m. And it will also be on the radio, I believe. We're basically saying what is working, what is not working, what needs to improve, and these are largely technical people.
And what needs to improve, Bernard? And I'm happy you're bringing Galus in this morning, because there's somebody who is not doing well, even though you've spoken to the person twice. The transport minister.
What has he done now?
And his deputy.
What have they done to you?
Bernard, people cannot move in this city. Nobody can. Bernard, there are queues everywhere. You see, when this thing happened in Christmas and we spoke about it, and we said that, look, this was just a temporary knee-jerk solution that wasn't going to work.
Be calming down.
I cannot be calm, Bernard. I cannot be calm. See, because the people who have reached out to me, the people I see by the roadside, Bernard, they are not calm. I saw somebody who was in a queue for 3.5 hours yesterday, waiting for one trotro. Why?
You know that even the main government-owned transport companies don't have enough vehicles, not to talk of GPRTU. As we are speaking to you, STC is waiting for buses. STC of all people, they don't have buses. Metro Mass need buses. We haven't even spoken about GAPTI. You need investment. Now, which bank is going to give you money when you haven't made any money for the past God knows how many years? So you have a lot of good intentions, but if you don't show the right balance sheet, nobody's going to give you any money to have any bus. And if you don't have a bus, there's nothing you can do.
You see, it's not just that. What is happening is the trotros are also refusing to move. They are not loading. it's not just a matter of the buses are not there.
Trotros say they won't move.
The trotros are deliberately not loading. Some of them are double loading. So there is basically a deliberate slowdown of mobility in several cities, and this is not just an Accra thing. It's happening in Kumasi, it's happening in the central region, it's happening in Tamale, it's happening in a lot of places. So, for instance, the other time, yesterday or 2 days ago in Kaswa, the trotros were just parked there. The people were queued up. Trotros said they won't move.
Why? What's their problem?
They said they won't move. If they won't move, what can you do?
Well, the other thing is, again, look at how we've allowed GPRT to become this albatross that we cannot break up. These are private transport owners. Now, they own their vehicles.
Yes.
The truth is that the government needs to be firm in enforcing rules.
Break them up. Bernard, you see, we've reached that point where, Bernard, you have Sky, good morning to you. You have cities at a standstill. You have productivity at a standstill. You have people who can't go to work, and you have people who, when they close from work, can't get home.
So maybe we'll add the
Mr. Nikwe and Madam Toffe.
We have to add the
No.
Take your time. You know, we are discussing infrastructure, and transport is part of it. Whether it's the vehicles, the roads, and all of those things, it's part of it. So we'll look at that today as well.
No, Bernard, you have to count for my liking.
Yes, because when one person is agitated, the other person has to be calm. Otherwise, we'll create fire.
No,
and fire service, they don't have equipment.
Bernard, the people can't move.
It's true.
Anyway.
It's true. Yesterday at 37 Sky, you know, when you get to, I was moving from, what's it called? Gold House to 37, right? So on the side of 37, and I was driving. Now, if you look at the bus stop for those who are taking car from 37 to maybe Jowulu or to Achimota, I'm sure that I saw almost 500 people. You know, plenty of people, and the bus stops are big. And as Godfrey is saying, there were so many people. And this is what I feel, that the way we manage transportation is not working, right? I don't think GPRT is credible. I don't think they have the right knowledge. I don't think they have the right mindset to really provide a modern transportation service. I think governments, and I think government is right, transportation is not about managing the egos of GPRT.
Break them up.
The government should come up with systems. You go to places like Tanzania, they make alternatives. There are tram lines, you know, create the options so that if the GPRT are not serious, let people not patronize them. We've not been able to even run GAPTI, right? Which is supposed to be a bus rapid transit system. And this is a basic issue in cities.
What kind
Do you
of
understand?
how do we have
So
governments that can run transport?
we don't have train. The Uber thing is too expensive for a lot of people. The trotros are not fit for purpose, and we haven't made enough buses available for people to move. And yet we expect them to work and keep the economy going. So it's a major issue. And the other thing is that we don't prioritize. I think a lot of times government only sees, well, once GPRT is not angry and once there's no strike, we are okay. But that's satisfying. What you really want to do is to make sure that people are moving and there's efficiency. The economy cannot grow if people cannot get to where they have to get to. And to add insult to injury, today, when you are driving from Achimota to Tesano, you know the place that those coming from George Okabush enter the Achimota road. The road has become so bad, and we have decided collectively that we'll use coconut husk
to fix the road.
And you know, I saw it last week, and I thought,
Hey.
maybe the coconut husk was left there by accident. It looks like somebody has decided that coconut husk is what we'll use to fill an asphalt road.
Yeah, sustainable solution.
So coconut husk has been poured into massive potholes. I don't understand. How do you allow coconut husk? And the coconut husk has not even been leveled though. The guy just poured it there, and the drivers are supposed to figure out what to do.
I see.
Meanwhile, people go to work every morning. We are working on highways, urban roads. I mean, why?
Municipal authority,
Coconut husk.
aka Neto.
Charlie. So anyway, when the man, I don't even know who, whether it's the minister, what's his name? Buta Wakil.
Oh my God.
That's the water one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bernard, I expect you. Look, this is a call to action for me.
Yeah.
The transport minister should not be asleep this morning.
Should wake up.
In fact, he should have not. He's been granting interviews left, right, center. Stop talking.
Give me 2 or 3 things you think you should urgently do.
Bernard.
Urgently
Find ways of moving people across from one part of their cities to the other.
So more buses.
However he's going to do it, that is why he's paid the big bucks.
Okay. So
him and Madam. That is why they are paid the big bucks.
Find a way of letting people move.
That is all they are supposed to do.
That's number one. Number
That
two.
is all. We don't. There's no 2 and 3.
Okay.
Just move people.
Meanwhile, the president should name his defense minister.
And also his environment minister.
Yeah.
How long have we been without them? Since August.
Yeah, since the disaster.
Do we have a deputy environment minister?
I
I'll check.
don't immediately
I don't think so.
remember. I
I
don't
don't think there's a
remember.
deputy environment minister. There's a deputy defense minister.
Yes, yes.
But I
And
don't think
there's a
there's a
caretaker minister, but
Yes.
no, Atu should concentrate on the
So
economy.
the Minister of Environment has no.
I don't know if there's a deputy. I don't recall.
Hey, that would be serious.
Yeah.
Bernard, let me give you the front page of the Ghanaian Times this morning. Gold for oil program faces 2 billion Ghana cedi audit. It comes with a photo of Dr. Johnson Pandit Isiama, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, on the front page. No protocol admission is in ongoing police recruitment. This is the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. KGL welcomes President's Directive for Contract Review. And Reverend Wengab is on the front page of the paper. Shun pessimism, focus on progress.
The Daily Guide has a story on Gold Board. Says Gold Board delivers despite costs, according to a report. Comes with a photograph of Semi Jemfi, the chief at Gold Board. Also on the front page this morning, story by Reverend Wengam, which says, "Be grateful to God." Reverend Wengam to Ghanaians. Another story says, man kills girlfriend for denying him sex. Oh, Charlie. And Wuntumi illegal mining trial begins. And another matter from the courts, detained Boku rival chief. It was a rival chief. Stop to calling that. That
I
is
think the
somebody
matter has
creates-
been
yeah,
determined.
creates all kinds of problems. Court orders AG to file report.
Front page of the Chronicle also comes with, still comes with Dr. Johnson Isiama on his appearance before the PAC. Government lost 7 billion from 2022 to 2024 through gold for reserves and domestic gold purchase programs. QNet again. Police rescue 47 victims.
Let me take you to the Insight newspaper. Also goes with Gold Board this morning. Says evaluating the macroeconomic effects on Ghana's economy 1 year on. Also, ban on first-class travel for ministers still in force. This is according to President John Dramani Mahama. And then police anti-land guard unit nabbed 6 notorious land guards at Razako. We brought you the story yesterday.
Some stories from the front page of the New Republic this morning. Government clears $1 billion energy debt. Wins praise from power firms and unions. Aviation safety engineers threaten strike as GCAA labor crisis deepens. And Achimota Senior High School student dies amid allegations of negligence by school authorities.
Let me take you to the Overseer, my final newspaper for this morning. BOG responds to Asempa FM's OBRTI, provides data on gold for reserve program. Also on the front page, power stability boosted as Mahama government clears 1.47 billion US dollars in energy debts. There's some politics here that says Baumia is MPP's best for 2028. Ejapa Mesa and his friends are talking on the front page. And Imani Ghana's Franklin Kujo, or is he Imani Africa Franklin Kujo, credits Mahama forcing do for fiscal reset. Some other stories on the front page.
Weak forest controls could cost banks their trading licenses. This is the BOG governor warning. Container traffic rises 23%. Passenger movement dips slightly. This is a BOG report as well. Meanwhile, Professor Frimpong Boateng says current MPP is fake. He slams the party's direction. He says electing or re-electing Baumia as flag bearer will be a train wreck. In other stories, widespread blackout hits major parts of Kumasi. Health Minister convenes sector leaders for 2025 performance review and 2026 outlook. And then over 2,000 recruits undergo police enlistment exercise in Ashanti. Meanwhile, one person has been arrested over police recruitment scam. Channel 1 News Online, Victor Smith says medical assessment confirms Ufreata fit for detention. And then Kolyobu Cardio Center needs massive expansion from Bombarding speaking. Meanwhile, PAC Vice Chair says BOG losses absorbed off budget. And then GGA calls for investigation after alleged assault on Peace FM journalist. Meanwhile, Heritage Caravan fully booked under 12 hours. This is unbelievable.
People have been harassing me.
Charlie?
They say, somebody sent me a message yesterday. Why did you already allocate the seats before?
People are sitting here waiting.
Charlie, and when I got out,
I don't know. That canopy paying.
Paying giddy. I was even making application that they should hold some spots for me. It has to make a clear off.
More comments. I'm going to my journal line now. Ofriata could stay in the U.S. despite ICE arrest. This is immigration lawyer explaining. Meanwhile, infections spread fear. Testing water crisis triggers healthcare emergency. So other media are getting involved in this testing thing we've been pushing for the past couple of days. And then a few more stories. Police nab suspect who beat landlady to death at Agunya Nyakrom. All kinds of violent things happening. Now, the High Street Journal says Gold Board saved Ghana millions in interest by bringing in $10.8 billion without borrowing. This is 3 University of Ghana researchers. And then the BBC and the others focused on Trump briefed on military and covert operation for Iran, according to sources. Then there's a question being asked about Uganda and the Bobby Wine and all those issues. I think the question is, most of Ugandans are aged below 20. Why are they voting for an 81-year-old man for a 7th term? It's an analysis that's been done. All right, let's get into the details of the stories.
Okay, I guess there's a lot of gold for oil matters. So
the governor was in Parliament yesterday.
Yes. So let me take you to page 12 of the Ghanaian Times today and tell you about what the governor has been saying. The Bank of Ghana has ordered an external audit into the implementation of the gold for oil program covering the period between 2022 and 2024. Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, has announced. This, Dr. Isiama noted, was a result of some cumulative losses estimated at about 2 billion Ghana cedis recorded during the said period. He revealed that the Gold for Oil program recorded a net loss of about 74 million Ghana cedis in 2022, which further increased to 317 million in 2023, adding that in 2024, the program posted a much larger net loss of approximately 1.8 billion Ghana cedis, bringing total losses over the 3-year period to about 2.2 billion Ghana cedis.
Okay.
According to Dr. Isiama, while the Gold for Reserves program did not record any net loss in 2022, it suffered significant losses in subsequent years.
Let me take you to a related story. You go to page 3 of the Daily Guide. There's a story there that says Gold Board delivers gains despite costs. According to a report, the story says an independent technical report has concluded that the Ghana Gold Board has delivered substantial macroeconomic benefits to the economy for outweighing the trading losses often highlighted in public debate. Now, the report, titled Evaluating the Macroeconomic Effects of the Ghana Gold Board, was presented to Gold Board on January 4, 2026 by a team of macroeconomists from the University of Ghana and the University of Ghana Business School. Now, the authors are Professor Festus Ebo-Texan and Peter Junior Doche of the Department of Economics, University of Ghana, and Professor Ejapoma Jekedako, or is it Jekedako? Jekedako of the Department of Finance of the University of Ghana Business School. Now, using conservative assumptions and verifiable data, the study assesses Gold Board's macroeconomics impact by comparing quantifiable benefits, especially reduced gold smuggling and non-benefit foreign exchange inflows. Non-debt foreign exchange inflows with the reported trading losses of the bank.
Meanwhile, the BOG has issued a stern warning to commercial banks, placing the renewal of their foreign exchange trading licenses squarely online after uncovering serious weaknesses in how some institutions handle foreign currency transfers. In a strongly worded public notice dated January 12, the central bank revealed that recent supervisory examinations and market surveillance uncovered material weaknesses, lapses, and inconsistencies in internal controls systems governing the initiation, processing, and reporting of foreign exchange transactions at some licensed dealer banks. So the regulator cautioned that these deficiencies significantly heighten operational and reputational risks within the banking sector, increasing exposure to fraud, financial crime, and money laundering. And so, because this could threaten the orderly function of Ghana's foreign exchange market, the Bank of Ghana made it clear that renewal and continued validity of foreign exchange trading licenses would now be strictly contingent on demonstrable and sustained compliance. So basically, they can withdraw your forex license as a bank if you don't comply with these rules. Now let's get into other stories.
Well, just to quickly join the story on Gold Board, if you go to the Overseer, there's a story there that talks about the BOG responding to Asempa FM's OB's RTI and providing some data. Basically, the story says the Bank of Ghana has formally responded to the right information request from the multimedia group, providing data on the performance and financial outcomes of the domestic gold purchase program, also known as the Gold for Reserve Initiative, since its inception in June 2021. If you're interested in the fine details, please grab a copy of the Overseer.
Let me take you to the back page of the Ghanaian Times, Bernard, where the La in Quantanan Medina Municipal Assembly in the Greater Accra region has begun the re-erection of a 500-meter metal wire fence along the Zongo Junction Redco Flat stretch of the Atomic Junction Ebri Highway. The move is aimed at enforcing the use of footbridges to reduce pedestrian casualties along the highway, which has become an accident-prone area. The stretch has recorded more than 25 deaths, with several others sustaining severe injuries in recent months, largely due to pedestrians refusing to use the footbridges located at Zongo Junction and the Redco Flats area. So the paper spoke to Alhaji Ibrahim Fusaini Faila, who is the MCE. According to him, work on the 500-meter stretch from Zongo Junction to Redco has been completed, adding that construction on the second section will soon commence to block easy access to the main highway.
But they need to monitor the corridor because these scrap dealers, they keep stealing the thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly has also issued a second evacuation notice to occupants along the Santasi roundabout to Asokwa Interchange corridor, urging them to vacate the area by January 20 to allow ongoing road construction works to continue smoothly. They issued a statement yesterday, said the notice applies to car dealers, mechanics, taxi operators, traders, squatters, owners of temporary structures and billboards who are still operating along the stretch. So these are assemblies trying to get things to work.
Yes, still talking about assemblies trying to fix problems within their spaces. Page 13 of the Daily Guide has a story that says Lejokuku's 10-year-old refuse dam being cleared. The story says on page 13 that the Lejokuku Municipal Assembly at Teshi in the Greater Accra region has commenced the clearing of a 10-year-old refuse dam, among others in the community. Now, the action is aimed at preventing the outbreak of disease occasioned by poor disposal of refuse in the municipality. Now, on hand for the exercise were the District Road Improvement Program, which is the drip equipment for the municipality. Now, speaking to the media last Thursday, the Municipal Chief Executive, Israel Ajete, indicated that upon his assumption of office, he identified 3 hotspots that needed urgent action to prevent outbreaks.
Let me stay in Teshi because my journal online has joined this campaign or this highlighting of water. Now, the story says a severe and prolonged water shortage in Accra's Teshi Nungwa enclave has escalated into a public health emergency, with local clinics warning of spiraling infection risk and residents facing untenable living conditions. The crisis stems from the ongoing shutdown of the critical Teshi Nungwa desalination plant, which has left the entire communities without reliable access to clean water for months. Areas including Teshi, Nungwa, Bachona, Spintex, Sakumono, and La are hardest hit. The plant, which converts seawater to drinking water, was shut down by GWCL in October 2025 over unpaid debts and unresolved contractual issues with operators. Despite the company's assurance of speedy resolution and temporary mitigation, the situation has deteriorated. Nurses describe a widespread scene where the lack of running water compromises basic sanitation, forcing staff to reuse unwashed bed sheets and leave patients' washrooms unusable for hours. When somebody would have to use the washroom, and since there's no water to flush immediately, the next person will have to do that. And there's a pile-up, one nurse explained. So there's going to be an infection spread. Healthcare workers are dipping into their own pockets to buy sachet water for patient care. A stopgap, they say, is unsustainable. There are 2 public health facilities there. There's Lekma Hospital and there's Lekma Polyclinic. Both of them work very hard, and I think that government should provide excess water for them in the interim whilst this challenge is dealt with.
Let me take you to Takoradi Sekunde. There's a story on page 11 of the Daily Guide that says Sekunde Takoradi water expansion 86% complete. The story is by Emmanuel Poku from Takoradi, and it says a 70 million euro water expansion project expected to supply 22 million gallons of water per day to residents of the Sekunde Takoradi metropolis and surrounding communities is progressing steadily. Now, the existing water treatment plants at Daboase, built in the late 1960s with a capacity of 6 million gallons per day, and in Chaban with a capacity of 4 million gallons per day, are currently unable to meet the growing demands in the metropolis. It goes on to provide further details. So if you're interested,
let me take you to the front page of the New Republic, And this sad story from Achimota School that
A student has died.
yes, Israela Agri. And this is a story by Nana Kwesiapia, who reports that Israela Agri, a student of Achimota Senior High School, has passed away amid allegations of negligence by school authorities. The mother of the late Israela Agri, Clementina Echia, has raised concerns about what she describes as a lack of responsibility and transparency on the part of the school authorities in handling her daughter's medical emergency and the events leading to her death. Speaking to the reporter, Clementina Echia, said that based on the sequence of events communicated to her, she believes critical information surrounding her daughter's condition and the school's response prior to her transfer to Achimota Hospital has not been fully disclosed.
Talking about deaths, unfortunate development there. There's another one in the Daily Guide, page 6. Man kills girlfriend for denying him sex. The story says it's from Emmanuel Poku from Takrady. It says a man believed to be in his late 30s has been arrested by the police for allegedly killing his girlfriend. Now, the unfortunate incident happened at Iwutu Yamwa Nkwanta in the Iwutu Senya West District of the Central Region. Now, the suspect was arrested by the Iwutu Jai Krodia District Police Command. Now, the suspect was identified as Moses only and was alleged to have inflicted cutlass wounds on the girlfriend, after which he used a concrete.
Let me give you some two big political stories or high-profile stories. Victor Smith confirms that Uferiata was fit for detention. This is Channel 1 News Online. Ghana's ambassador to the U.S., Victor Smith, has stated that former Finance Minister Ken Uferiata was medically assessed and found fit for detention following his arrest by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. According to Ambassador Smith, ICE arranged for medical personnel to examine Ken Uferiata shortly after his arrest to determine whether his health condition allowed him to be held in detention facility. His remarks followed the detention of the former finance minister. Mr. Uferiata is currently being held at the Caroline Detention Facility in Virginia. Of course, he brings in the health angle because Mr. Uferiata is absent partly because of health reasons. The reasons for some of the reasons he gave initially for not being in the country.
I understand that, but I think consular services, when you're providing them, I mean, should the public know about what services you're providing?
This is a high-level case. Other stories, you have Professor Frimpong Boateng slamming the MPP. He describes the leadership as fake, and he says electing Dr. Baumia would be a train wreck. He was speaking on the point of view yesterday. When asked if he was a current member of the MPP, he says he's a member of the real MPP, but the current MPP is not real and fake. He also made other comments about what led to the party's defeat in the 2024 election, including saying that electing the former flag bearer would be bad for the party.
Let me wrap up with an education story from page 4 of the Ghanaian Times. The Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Clement Apak, has expressed concern over the poor sanitary conditions in most public basic schools across the country. The situation, he explained, if not checked, could have serious health implications on the pupils, hence all the necessary steps will be taken to address the anomaly. According to Dr. Apak, all school structures were expected to come with the requested sanitary facilities, inclusion of accommodation for teachers, especially schools in the rural areas where rent was difficult.
Meanwhile, Mr. Park has warned the University of Ghana that they will face sanctions if they fail to comply with the approved fee structure. This follows a directive from GTEC ordering the university to maintain the academic facility user fee for 24-25, effective cancelling an early announcement of a 25% increase. Speaking to journalists after a public accounts committee hearing on Monday, Dr. Park also urged University of Ghana students who may have been denied refunds for overpaid fees to report the matter to the ministry for appropriate action. Sky.
Yeah, so I just have some concerns there because there's a story in the Inside page 10. It says Education Ministry approves new University of Ghana fees for 2025-2026 academic year.
Yes,
is it the ministry that approves? I thought it's Parliament's job.
No, it's GTEC. Okay, so look, I don't know. The truth, what we were told was that there was an announcement of an increase, which was not approved.
SRC something.
No, that's SRC was part.
Okay.
And the figure wasn't approved, so the GTEC essentially disapproved the original fee.
Okay.
So APAC appears before Parliament, and after addressing whatever he addresses, he tells the media that GTEC and the university have now approved, or GTEC has approved a lower fee. They are maintaining last year's fees. They haven't changed it.
Yeah,
so
Bernard,
that's the issue.
And then there's an ongoing court case that could impact everybody. This DVLA Bemenko issue was the embossment matter. On some page 3 of the Ghanaian Times, and the High Court in Accra has adjourned to January 19, 2026, the case involving the DVLA and Bemenko Embossment Limited over the alleged termination of a contract for the embossment of vehicle number plates. The adjournment followed a request by counsel for the DVLA, Sibiri Edmond Kabiri, who told the court that his client had not been served with the substantive suit filed on December 22, 2025. According to him, the DVLA... Okay, let me just give details on this. So, The plaintiffs in this matter allege that the DVLA has awarded a contract to Dr. Edward Nyakun Asumedua Pia of original manufacturing and embossment without due process and without engaging the long-standing embossers, despite plans to introduce digitalized number plates from January 2026.
The even bigger challenge there is that DVLA is also saying that vehicles registered before 2023 would have to be re-registered, and it's causing a bit of a challenge. So no, so again, hold on. You know, we brought in, we are bringing in Ghana Water today.
Yeah.
I think the other person we need to get on standby is the
When did
DVLA.
you hear you?
No, we want to bring the DVLA. Thank you very much.
Part
Mrs.
of
Guy.
soup where they be like people they relocate them.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Ah, go me. Now what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside? I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small. Go. Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
All right, so let's get into the business news. Neti Ajaho is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard, and good morning out there. You're welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex. Coming up, businesses face 500 Ghana Citi fine as ORC enforces ownership disclosure rules, and Bank of Ghana tightens conditions for renewal of forex trading licenses, and much later, stakeholders in the energy sector push for structural reforms to halt rising energy sector debt. Let's settle for the details now. Businesses risk facing direct financial penalties and possible legal sanctions as the Office of the Registrar of Companies begins enforcing a 500 Ghana Citi fine on firms that failed to file their beneficial ownership information. The enforcement, which took effect yesterday, January 12, 2026, follows the expiration of an earlier compliance deadline in October 2025. The ORC says thousands of registered companies are affected by the directive. Defaulting firms now risk not only administrative penalties, but also potential criminal sanctions under the Companies Act as authorities move to tighten enforcement of ownership disclosure rules. Here is more.
Beneficial ownership disclosure requires companies to declare individuals who ultimately own, control, or exercise significant influence over their operations. Regulators say the data is critical for compliance, risk management, and investor due diligence, especially for firms seeking financing, partnerships, or regulatory approvals. The requirement applies to private and public companies, limited by shares or guarantee, unlimited liability companies, and external companies operating in Ghana, cutting across SMEs, multinationals, and non-profits. Beyond the 500 cedis penalty, directors and shareholders who fail to provide accurate information or submit false declarations risk fines of up to 250 penalty units or prison terms of up to 2 years. The ORC says the move is part of efforts to tighten corporate governance, reduce abuse of company structures, and align Ghana's business environment with international transparency standards.
Emmanuel Opong filed that Business Desk report. Now, the Bank of Ghana has warned that the renewal of foreign exchange trading licenses for commercial banks will depend on strict compliance with internal control and regulatory standards. Following examinations, the central bank has identified weaknesses in foreign currency transfer processes that heighten fraud, financial crime, and reputational risk. Licensed dealer banks have been directed to strengthen procedures, enforce AML-CFT checks, maintain clear segregation of duties, activate system-based monitoring, conduct daily reconciliations, and undertake regular internal audits. Staff training is also required. They note that non-compliance may attract sanctions under Acts 930 and 723 as the Bank of Ghana moves to protect the integrity and stability of Ghana's foreign exchange market. Now, still on the central bank, it has insisted that verifying the legitimacy of payment requests does not fall within its mandate. The bank says responsibility for such verification lies with the relevant ministries and the Ministry of Finance, not the Bank of Ghana. Governor of the BOG, Dr. Johnson Esiama, made his clarification when he appeared before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee over concerns surrounding a reported $12 million payment linked to the Pualugu Dam project, despite no work being done.
That doesn't sit with us. As I explained, we go by the documentation. We are a banker, for government. And so Controller, Ministry of Finance, those agencies will be able to explain who does the value for money checks. What we do is to go by the underlying documentation that dictates how the account is operated.
With all due respect, value for money doesn't come in at all. Monies were paid to a contractor, but no work was done. So controller must have sent the documentation to Bank of Ghana for you to pay. So in that case, it's controller that we have to go to. Is that the case? Because nothing was done over there.
Controller and any other agency will be able to speak to that, not us.
Dr. Johnson Esiama is the governor of the Bank of Ghana. Now, the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy is calling on government to pursue sustained reforms in the energy sector to prevent a buildup of fresh debt. The call comes as government still owes IPPs about $1.1 billion despite recent efforts to clear portions of outstanding energy sector arrears. Speaking to the Business News, Executive Director of the Center, Benjamin Sia, stressed that without deep structural reforms, debt pressures in the sector will persist.
It's one thing sustaining, it's one thing paying legacy debt, and another thing reaccumulating these debts in future, because there are certain times that we pay this debt, yet in future we reaccumulate them. So we have done well in sustaining, but I think the effort must be to put in certain reforms so that we don't reaccumulate this debt again. And looking at some of the recommendations from the World Bank through its Energy Sector Recovery Program report, I think that if we are able to implement them effectively in terms of signing good PPAs, in terms of signing good gas off-taker contracts that has value for money and that are not overpriced, in terms of reducing system losses from current 27% to PRC benchmark of 21%, as well as paying certain areas by government in the sector and removing subsidies, it will go a long way to sustain the sector and put the sector in a position of development, in the position of growth, in the position of expansion, and also in the position of sustainability.
Benjamin Sia is the Executive Director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Now, the Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, has urged spare part dealers at Abossey to further reduce prices, citing improvements in Ghana's macroeconomic conditions. She pointed to the recent appreciation of the cedi, noting that the exchange rate, which previously traded at around 17 cedis to the US dollar, has strengthened to about 12 cedis, creating space for price reductions that should reflect positively on consumers. There's more in the following report.
Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Adjare, speaking to the media after engagement with the spare part dealers at Abossey, observed that prices of some spare parts and related items have already declined. She assured that government remains committed to sustaining exchange rate stability and broader macroeconomic gains, while urging traders to fully reflect these improvements in their pricing.
In all fairness to people here in Abossey, about 80% of the people I spoke to have reduced their prices. I'm here with some drivers, and they are attesting to that. And a few have not reduced their prices to reflect the gains that the city has made. And so we have discussed, and I am excited at the reception. And I'm also grateful for the fact that they say, when I come back, I will see improvement in their prices. I also think that the prices will go down anyway because you see now there is no COVID levy, so import duty will come down as a matter of course. And so from February, March, thereabouts, I'm expecting prices to even be better than what I'm seeing now. But generally, I think that their prices are good.
Chairman of the Abosokai Spare Part Dealers, Henry Autry Jr., assured of broader efforts to ensure members continue to reduce prices.
The dollar is stable now and it's reflecting in the market. So we don't understand how some people can be going around saying that Abosokai, our prices are up there. I mean, yes, about maybe 10% of the people have still not reduced their prices, but as you can tell, about 80%, majority, have reduced their prices. My executive, we have some of my executives here. We are going to store to ensure that we will educate our members for them to understand that the dollar is stable now and the duties are down. So they should also bring their prices down so everybody can see it in the market. So we should give it about maybe another 30 days, a month to see how things are working out.
That was the chairman of the Abosokai Spare Parts Dealers, Henry Autry Jr., ending that report. By Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti. And finally, Citi FM and Channel 1 TV will this morning host a roundtable forum to assess the first year of President John Dramani's administration. The discussion will assess economic development and also examine progress in education, governance and infrastructure, as well as agriculture. Here's the general manager of the two media outlets, Bernard Avle, speaking on the issue.
A lot of times when people discuss these things, they want to argue politically. We've invited 6 analysts on economy, education, infrastructure. We're looking at agriculture, governance, and environment. We basically want to hear from them as to how they assess the first of his 4 years. What's working, what's not working. We're doing it in a unique way. Each panel member will do a presentation briefly. We'll have a discussion after that. And we invited some students to come and also ask questions around the progress made so far.
Bernard Avle is the general manager of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. Now on the interbank market this morning, the dollar is trading as 10 cedis 50 pesos, the British pound at 14 cedis 20 pesos, and the euro at 12 cedis 32 pesos. And that's it for our bulletin this morning. For more news, kindly visit citinewsroom.com/business. I am Nettie Nete Ajahu. Do have a good business day.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV. 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how cry? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye Coco cry.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no. That's it.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Mr. Kalono, we are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
October 2021. I give my heart and make I know.
That was Netele Nete Ajaho with the breakfast edition of the City Business News brought to you by Access Bank and MTN.
I did for backseat of my Rover.
Access Bank is rewarding customers at Access Bank is rewarding customers, and that's at the heart of what they do. They've introduced Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, and personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend, no matter what you're spending on. You use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com is where to visit. 0800 004400. Call this number for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. Have you guys heard the latest from MTN? If not, listen. For those who love MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. MTN Free After One Extra. With that, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. There's 100 megabytes of data for free after your first call on Saturdays as well. Now that's time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial star 5050 star 500 hash. No. Star 550 hash, star 550 hash, and follow the prompts. Benjamin Nketia is here ready to serve you with Kickoff that's brought to you by Lesheho and Shell. As we step into the brand new year, Lesheho Ghana says thank you, our cherished customers, for trusting, supporting, and doing business with us throughout 2025. Your loyalty means everything to us. In this new year, we look forward to working with you even more, supporting your goals, your dreams, your financial growth, and improving your lives with innovative financial solutions. From all of us at Lesheho Ghana, we wish you a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. Lesheho Ghana, let's improve life. It's been filling after filling a show. Drivers all over Ghana, including Emmanuel, Collins, and Bright, across the country have won free fuel by just trying the new and improved Shell fuels, and you could be next in our upcoming weekly draw. From now until 28th February 2026, buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels. Stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and even 1 year free fuel up for grabs. What a feeling. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit the nearest Shell service station. Fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. We're doing this on the NLA's Caritas Lottery platform. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. Benjamin Nketia, kickoff.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Wonderful morning to all of you out there. Welcome to Kickoff here on 97.3 City FM. In the headlines, CAF to review officiating in selected quarter-final games, and Real Madrid fire manager Xabi Alonso after just 8 months in charge. Kickoff is proudly brought to us by Shell Go Well, Polytank Ghana, and Let's Share Whole, Let's Improve Life. Let's start off on the doorsteps of the Confederation of African Football, and they have confirmed that they are investigating incidents that occurred during the AFCON 2025 quarter-final matches involving Cameroon and Morocco, as well as Algeria and Nigeria. So those two games have come up with some controversy, and the Confederation have decided that they want to get into the action. Now, match official reports along with video evidence are currently being reviewed over alleged misconduct by some players and officials, with the matter now referred to CAF's disciplinary board. Now, CAF is also examining footage of an incident involving members of the media in the mixed zone as the governing body continues efforts to maintain order and professionalism at the tournament. Now, reacting to the situation, Nigerian sports journalist Udoka Njoka described the incidents that occurred on the pitch as unprofessional conduct by the Algerian players and also the officials.
For Algeria getting all racked up at the end of the game, look, it is quite unprofessional and unruly behavior from the players wanting to attack the referee because they felt there were some controversial calls they were given against them. Now, we talk about football being a game that gives us unity. On that day, it was the other way around. Well, I was glad that they were able to curb the situation and also keep the referee very, very safe. And it didn't just happen on the football pitch. Look, it also happened in the mixed zone between Moroccan journalists and, of course, Algerian journalists who were also screaming and saying that they were not protected during the game. The referees were biased. The organization of the game was poor. We know that there's a rivalry between, and the rivalry between Morocco and Algeria goes beyond football. It even extends to politics. Right. So all of this came to play to the fore on that day when Nigeria played against Algeria.
Let's move on to some domestic stuff now. And board chairman of Mediama Sporting Club, Dr. Tony Obing, has highlighted the realities of running a football club in Ghana, describing it as a demanding process that requires constant financial and administrative efforts. Now, Mediama have enjoyed a strong season so far, accumulating 37 points while also benefiting from major improvements to their home venue, the Takwana Bosso Stadium, and reinforcements to the playing squad. Now, speaking to Citi Sports, Dr. Obing explained that sustaining success goes beyond match day results and requires steady investment behind the scenes.
It is not very easy. It is not easy management because you need the resources. You have brought in our case, close to 40 young footballers. Some of whom are experienced because they've played in other clubs before, played in Haas, some of them Kotoko and elsewhere, and those who are starting. Exactly. So you need to take good care of them. They have to have a good place to stay, to sleep, food to eat, and you have to ensure that every month their salaries are paid. You have to also ensure that if they won, their bonuses are paid and on time. That is the challenge of managing football in this country. Sometimes you don't have people supporting you. You don't have sponsorship. Mediama has been a bit lucky with sponsorship.
Yeah, absolutely.
But even that, in between time, you realize that the sponsorship fizzles out and you have to struggle.
Now, Dr. Albing also believes that qualifying for African club competitions should be the long-term objective of every Ghanaian league side. However, he admits the financial demands of continental football often pose serious challenges for local clubs, making it difficult to maintain consistency at that level.
A good Premier League club must always aim at the top. You must, because you can't be in the Premier club for nothing. Sometimes I hear that some people, they don't want to go to Africa, so they just want to be in the Premier. It loses the essence. But I understand them because at the end of the day, when you qualify to go to Africa, the cost, you run away. But we are always saying that we want to go to the money zone. That's the money, and even the money zone, what you get sometimes does not clear the cost at the preliminaries. So people run away from that because of the initial cost. But you see, there's also a positive to that. You showcase your metal, what you can do.
Let's move it on to some foreign stuff now, and let's head to Spain, where the drama is brewing because Xabi Alonso has left his position as Real Madrid manager after just 8 months in charge, with former Liverpool teammate Alvaro Arbeloa taking over. Now, the former Bayer Leverkusen manager has left the La Liga giants by mutual consent. Now, Real were beaten by rivals Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup over the weekend and trailed Barca by 4 points in the league. Now, Alonso, who spent 5 years with Real as a player, won the Bundesliga with Leverkusen in 2024 and replaced Carlo Ancelotti at the Bernabeu last summer. Now, reacting to the development, former Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon admits he is unsure whether the club made the right decision by parting ways with Alonso so early.
It has come as a surprise, at least to me, even though we lost last night against Barcelona, the final of the Super Cup. We didn't play a bad match. Even we could won that match, or at least to get a draw in the last minutes. But this club has that problem. To win is an obligation, and to be on that bench is very difficult. But maybe it has been a bit. I don't know if it's a right decision. We will see in the next weeks or months. Maybe when he came, doubts were coming from the president. I don't know why, because the contract has 3 years to be on that bench. And
former Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon speaking. Let's get to the Carabao Cup, and it's a heavyweight clash at St. James's Park as Newcastle United host Manchester City with kickoff set for 8 p.m. Now, speaking ahead of that game, City boss Pep Guardiola admits there is significant pressure on his side to deliver as they continue to push for silverware this season.
A lot of pressure we feel. It's not about win or no win trophies. It's be how the team grows up, how a team is better. Last season we didn't deserve to win just more than just one trophy because we didn't play good. So satisfaction to win a trophy when we are not playing good can happen. You know, knockout stages, make a lucky and miss it to it. It's not about that.
So you heard Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola sharing his thoughts in that particular one ahead of the big game that will be played tonight at St. James's Park. Should be a really good one. Let's finish off with some basketball before we go. And the Dallas Mavericks, struggling lately, but managed to find it in them to beat the Brooklyn Nets 113-105. The Cleveland Cavaliers continue to be hot and cold, this time losing to the Utah Jazz. 123-112 is how it ended. In the game between the Celtics and the Pacers, it was a nail-biter, one-possession victory for the Indiana Pacers. And when you go to some of the other games, the Toronto Raptors were up against the Sixers, losing that game where the Raptors and then the Lakers were dunked on by the Sacramento Kings, 112-124. And then the Clippers also continued to be impressive after a poor start to the season, this time beating the Charlotte Hornets, 117-109 is how that particular one ended. That's your daily dose of NBA updates. That's all for this morning's edition of Kickoff. I am Benjamin Nketiah, the small sport at citysportsonline.com.
Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank,
The original, always the best.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when
stuck with nothing. No matter your situation, let go, we improve your life. Let go, let go, let go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let go, we improve your life.
Every family is a team, and every player has a role. Mums and dads, siblings, grandparents, aunts and uncles, and even that one cousin who can't tell a foul from offside, but who always remembers your birthday. Even if you're far away, you can still score for your team. Send them money with Western Union. Cash pickup in minutes. Check it out at westernunion.com.
Papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, no, papa no no, Alcasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more Super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, no, papa no no, Alcasa.
Always the best. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. I'll save or invest more is not a plan, it's a wish. Today, get very specific about your money goal. Decide the exact amount, set a clear deadline, and be honest about why it matters to you. Clarity creates direction, and vague goals lead to vague results. At Petra, we care about helping you make wise financial choices. And if you're unsure where to start, you can speak to a Petra advisor for free financial advice. Just dial *447 *70#. Clarity first, action next. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is a story of determination. This is the story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks, and market access, ABSA is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures, and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work. It's having the right partner like ABSA, one that helps him dream bigger and reach further every day. From funding to guidance, ABSA stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
In Ghanaian parlance, Agrobesa, every Anopa. To wit, if the festival will be entertaining, it starts from the morning. If 2026 will be amazing, it will very much depend on what we do in January. We bring you the Effective Living Series 2026 on 97.3 Citi FM with different weekly themes. Week 1, know where you want to go. Week 2, develop a plan to get there. Week 3, build capacity to get there. Week 4, take charge and soar. Tune in to 97.3 Citi FM to get a good head start on 2026. The Effective Living Series 2026 airs every weekday in January at 9:15 a.m. prompt, only on 97.3 Citi FM. The Effective Living Series is sponsored by Petra and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.mtn.com.gh and manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information.
MTN.
Imagine a place where every child's laughter becomes a song.
A place where we can learn from animals, play and just be happy with mommy and daddy.
A place where hearts grow together. That place is Safari Eco Park. Here, amusement is the joy that unites us all.
Mommy, I can see the emus all the way up here on the canopy wall.
Careful, dear. There is more fun to be had.
This is my new friend. Her name is Stripey, and the wildebeest is Sandy.
Hi, Stripey and Sandy.
With so much amusement like targets and obstacle games, ant caves, fantasy rides, and a vast range of wildlife.
What is this place?
This is an aviary, home to over 400 of the most vibrant birds in the world. The biggest aviary in West Africa.
Wow, the biggest?
Yes, and guess what? Open your palm.
Daddy, look, they are eating from my palm.
That's amazing.
I want to stay at Safari Eco Park. I don't want to go back to Ghana.
But honey, Safari Eco Park is in Ghana.
What?
How much did all of this cost, honey?
350 Ghana cedis for you and I. 250 for teenagers, 150 for kids, and absolutely free for children under 6.
We should have brought the kids here sooner.
I know. Safari Eco Park is only 1 hour drive from Accra. It's unforgettable.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
his name is Dada KD. Time check is 7:38. Happy birthday to both Franklin Bedu Jr. and his wife Marian Rhoda Akondo or Akondo of West Africa. So yeah, you share a birthday with your wife, Franklin and Marilyn Rhoda. What an interesting one. Happy birthday to our brother Joshua Nate, chairman of St. Peter's Methodist Youth Fellowship. As the Lord added another year to your life, may He increase you in wisdom, strength, and every good thing found in Him. From your patron. It's an interactive show today. You can send us your comments ahead of the big interview. 053-998-6996. We'll be speaking to the Ghana Water Company CEO, Adams Mutawakil. That's at 8 o'clock. In the meantime, was 2025 a good year for your business? Will 2026 be the year of growth for your business? How can you ensure that you don't miss the numerous Africa opportunities this year? Join over 400 businesses and policy leaders as experts at Crystal Ball Africa 2026 to reveal the opportunities and how to take advantage of them. It's on Thursday, January 22nd at the Labadi Beach Hotel, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's on the theme, The Africa Opportunity, Time to Take Advantage. Don't miss the chance to network and tap into the new opportunities available. Register at crystalballafrica.com. That's CRYSTALLBAL. So your company can register to be part of Crystal Ball. Sponsors EcoBank, Labadi Beach Hotel, AGI, Kawamoka, Media Partner, Citi FM, and Joy FM. This event is powered by AB and David Africa. Are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere? Well, MTN Business Eye is here for you. Keep your business secure anytime with the MTN Business Eye, the smart surveillance solution that gives you visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, and cloud storage, and solar energy, so your security never sleeps even when the lights go out. Enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup at affordable rates. Dial star 5060 today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN everywhere you go. For years, owning a home felt far away, a dream for others, but not for us. At Locust Estates, we believe every Ghanaian deserves comfort, dignity, and modern living. That's why we're building beautifully designed 3-bedroom houses, safe, secure, and community-focused with clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and more. For premium family homes to stylish apartments, Locust Estates gives you smart design. Call 0200-557-704 or visit locustestate.com today. Locust Estates, modern living made possible. Our stories are all different. For some, it's the thrill of chasing your dream of opening your own shop. For others, it's how they're able to tap their phone and pay for food with no stress. Whatever your story is, ABSA is ready with digital solutions, travel insurance, free international debit cards, flexible repayments options on loans, and countless other perks that match your ambition. So whatever your chapter, ABSA says we have your story. Your story matters, ABSA.
Okay, so GRE. Yeah, great. GRA has a love letter for you all, our dear listeners. GRA wishes to remind all withholding tax agents, including VAT withholding agents appointed by the Commissioner General, that withholding taxes must be paid to the Domestic Tax Revenue Division of the GRA by the 15th of every month. Withholding taxes for December 2025 will therefore be due by Thursday, 15th January 2026. Withholding taxes, including withholding on VAT deducted from suppliers operating the VAT standard rate, employment, payment for the supply or use of goods, payment for the supply of any works, payment for the supply of services, and other withheld taxes for December 2025 are due by Thursday, 15th January 2025. They may also be submitted. You may submit hard or soft copies of schedules indicating gross amount, tax deducted, names of taxpayers, TIN or Ghana card PIN from whom the taxes were withheld. Now, we also encourage taxpayers to file their returns online via taxpayersportal.com. Please note that failure to pay tax by due date attracts an interest of 112% of the statutory rate, compounded monthly on the outstanding tax. Please also note that third-party checks require 2 days to clear. The GRA can be reached by email on info@gra.gov.gh. WhatsApp them on 0552 990 000. There's a toll-free number 0800 900 110. Now, if you drive, please take a listen. Enterprise Insurance has been in the business of insuring vehicles for 102 years now. Beyond the protection you get for your vehicle, there's the road to the ultimate football experience. When you insure your car with Enterprise, you don't just get protection, you get those extra rewards. So you enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and stand a chance to win an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live at a stadium. Insure your car now with Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Chile promo. Is running till May 2026 on the NLA's Caritas Lottery platform. T's and C's apply. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
All right, so a couple of quick things before we do our big interview. I have about 2 or 3 concerns on transportation that I just want to read and go first comment. Good morning, Bernard and team. I think it's about time the Ministry of Transport and other stakeholders paid attention to how government buses, especially Metro Mass, are managed and maintained. He goes on, private buses with 2015 registration plates are moving around, but government buses registered in 2022 are grounded. I don't understand. That's a very important point that has been made. Another one says, Bernard, the Ofankor traffic is just crazy. I leave home at 6 taking the kids to school and can spend like 50 minutes alone in that traffic because the contractor has decided to block a section of the road. And then he goes on. No, okay, sorry, that was earlier. Sorry, forgive me. This is a new comment. Bernard, the traffic on the main Achimota road is serious. I left home early today to drop the kids in school, and the traffic at 6:20 a.m. starts from Achimota Mall. All right, so this is the message. The one I read was an earlier message from Nin Noy.
There was one that came in. Maybe Kakra should help us with this one. It came in from yes, Bright.
Okay, so it reads, yesterday at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, some unofficial city guards were trying to force the drivers not to charge inflated fares, but the drivers would not have any of that. Do you know what is sad? When the drivers snapped the guys trying to intervene, they would drive to park at a distance, and these same commuters will go and board the car at the inflated fares. Imagine Circle to Pokwase, that's normally 6 cities, hiked to 15 cities yesterday. And Sawom from 15 cities to 25 cities yesterday. The drivers deliberately parked their cars. How do we develop with this amebaba?
Amebaba.
No.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that message, please? I want to hear it again. Forgive me.
Okay.
Yesterday at Kwame Nkrumah Circle, some unofficial city guards were trying to force the drivers not to charge inflated fares, but the drivers would not have any of that. Do you know what is sad? When the drivers snapped the guys trying to intervene, they would drive or they drove to park at a distance, and these same commuters went and boarded the car at the inflated fares. Imagine Circle to Pokwase, that's normally 6 Ghana cedis, hiked to 15 cedis yesterday. And some from 15 cedis to 20 to 25 cedis, the drivers deliberately parked their cars. How do we develop with this?
Amebaba.
Yes.
So there are a couple of points in the messages we read. The first one has to do with the fact that government buses don't last, which is one of the reasons why Metro Mass doesn't have enough vehicles. Possibly because of one of the reasons why even Gapti doesn't have enough vehicles. Then the issue of how private transport owners have become a law unto themselves and basically cannot be regulated. And it seems as if the government is petrified in, I don't know, that to break up the GPRTU or to basically tell them to, you know, in a procurement economy, how can't government, I mean, think about OA services and VIP. They are not owned by one person. My understanding is that you and I can come together and buy a bus, and then we can decide to put it on a route, and somebody will manage it for us, and we'll make our money. So why can't the government come up with a model like this and allow these GPRT guys? They don't respect any standards. The vehicles are not fit for purpose.
The stations are nasty.
You get it? They've become enclaves of. One of the reasons why Ho is clean is because they don't have a trotro system. Any city with a trotro system with a lorry station is dirty. You get it? Because we don't respect the people. We don't give them the right place to sit and wait. So the whole transport is a mess because the government is running an outmoded model based on fear of GPRTU as a political entity.
Yeah.
Because I don't see any reasonable justification for the mess we have in our public transportation. Let me hand it over to you.
And it's not going to improve, Bernard. You see, what we've seen over the past couple of years is, one, governments thinking that, oh, my role in this whole mobility endeavor is to provide buses to a certain extent, hope they run, but leave everything else to the GPRTU. Now, we've heard the stories of some or allegations or accusations of sabotage of the government's foray into GPRTU quarters with MMT and its, other business endeavors. But you are the government. It should be very difficult for a GPRTU or a Protoa or any other such association to basically be responsible for the movement of and you've left us at the mercies of these organizations. So now when they decide that we won't move, there's a problem. Whatever fares they want to charge is a problem. If you decide to regulate it, they will tell you we won't move. People are stranded. Let me tell you what's been happening. So they started this trick of double loading to increase their revenue. So what used to be a straight trip, now they take it short. They call it a short. So they take you halfway, everybody off, then they load again. Then they continue, then they drop you, then they load again. So if you want to sit through the entire trip, you might have to pay for every leg of that
the
trip.
frustrating part is when they get to half the way of the trip, and then they ask everyone to get down. And then you have to fight to
get back
find
on
a seat again.
They are a law unto themselves.
You see, and they've caused such a great inconvenience to citizens. And we live in cities now where people are struggling to get to work. And I'm saying this is not a crowd problem, Bernard, from what I have gleaned. It's happening in a lot of our major cities at the moment. It looks like the Trotro people picked up a phone call or sent themselves a text message and said,
WhatsApp group.
This is our strategy for the next 3 or 4 months. Let us let the people suffer so that we'll show the government that we are Oga. I am saying this morning, Mr. Nikwe and his people need to get back on the roads. You see, my concern is this didn't start 2 days ago or 3 days ago. It's been going on for a while. My expectation is that post that holiday intervention, what else was there? What was the long-term plan to ease mobility? Ease the transport woes.
It's a very legitimate question,
and it's a call that I expect answers to today. You see, because Bernard, on my way to work, and this week, Dan someone last stop yesterday, the Las Palmas area, the station there. Bernard, if you look at the queue, Dan someone ran about the queue.
So is there like a subtle strike by GPRTU?
No, they are picking and choosing what to do, when to move, and even the number of cars that are out there. In addition to the short trips that they are making. So instead of making one long trip, they offload, then they do this.
Do we know if these are member drivers or renegade drivers? Because a lot of times when these things happen, GPR will come and say these are people who are not part of any union.
Then there are a lot of renegade drivers in the system, which is why the ministry should not sit down for these things to be going on.
Can you force a driver to be part of a union? It's freedom of association. So can you say, I'm asking just...
No, it's a good question to ask.
Can you say that if I go and buy a taxi or a trotro and I want to run, by force I should be part of GPRTU? But
in most places you can't. So for instance, if you bought a trotro in South Africa, if you don't belong to a SACCO, and they know each other so well that
you can't operate.
A circle SACCO cannot come and operate in Tesano. If they see you, they know you don't belong.
So you mean you are forced to join?
You are forced to join.
They don't put a gun to your neck, but you cannot operate.
You cannot operate. They will burn your car.
Okay, I don't think we want to get there.
Yes,
but so I think the point we are making is that the GPRT itself needs to come and explain
what is going on,
whether it is their drivers who are doing this or other people.
Oh yes,
yeah, that's
clearly
important.
Because at the moment I am laying blame squarely at the doorstep of the GPRTU, and I am saying that I am accusing them of sabotaging the transport system across the country.
Holding the government.
They are holding the government to ransom, and they are holding people to ransom. I am not holding back on the allegation I am making.
So GPRT come and own up and say, why are your drivers behaving this way? If they are not your drivers, have you called them out? Have you spoken to government about the people and where they are operating? Because they should know.
Yes.
They have they cannot pretend that they haven't seen what's going on.
Bernard, if you get to the CBD side, Bernard, after 5 p.m., you will weep for people. 37.
It's bad.
It's chaos.
Why?
Shashi, all of it.
Why? What is the crime of the ordinary Ghanaian worker?
Especially
I'm told that the Ministry of Transport is not responsible for regulating public transport operations, and the public transport operations are regulated by the Ministry of Local Government. Do you know that
who is responsible? Hold on, who is responsible for mobility?
Wait, the Transport Ministry. But do you know that the Greater Accra GAPTI runs under AMA?
Yes,
which is a local government agency.
Yes.
So in essence, aspects of urban transportation are run by local government, not by transport.
Yes, but my point
and our system is funny.
But I am talking about this is a mobility issue.
Exactly, I still
no. GPRT is under transport, but some aspects are.
Yes, I agree with you, but I am saying what we have is a mobility problem.
So when problems arise and we draw the lines, then we are not solving the solution and saying this is my mandate and
Checking responsibility.
Because you have to even collaborate. Those two ministries have to collaborate.
But you cannot manage what is not under your jurisdiction.
It's not about managing what is not under your jurisdiction. What is your development plan? That's the first, in terms of transportation, in terms of mobility. So if the management of the transport system is under the assemblies cannot do that alone. They are supposed to be, the local government ministry is supposed to be working with the transport ministry as well as the roads ministry.
But don't forget, when fuel prices decreased and the CD stabilized, for some time now, the transport operators said spare parts are still high and all of that, so they are unable to reduce prices. That conversation has come up. We reviewed that story last week. Now, you're not reducing your fares, that's okay. In addition to that, you are trying to sabotage the system. This is not proper. But again, it's a wake-up call for the authorities to have a proper urban transport mix, at least for our major cities. We can't just depend on buses and even the state in which they are. It's not dignifying for us to have retrofitted buses meant for carrying cargo elsewhere, to be carrying human beings here. We need trams. We need better alternatives.
Is that, you know, when the first time that government wanted to emboss taxis and restrict them to local government areas, they collaborated with the assemblies. I think now the assemblies have become very small, so it's very difficult for them to even manage the movement of these vehicles. And I think one of the things I think this government can do is to strengthen the, how do I put it? We need large assemblies with muscle. You know, like you see how at least KMA is doing a few things. You know, because if you have, AMA now has three sub-metros. Very small. Politically, he's not even that very powerful. You get it? So in the past, he could come up with, if he calls GPRT to a meeting as AMA, Mayor of Accra, if he calls GPRT to a meeting and says, this is what we want you to do, I don't think GPRT can bluff him. But now,
then the question we should be asking, or the question which answer we really should be thinking hard about is whether or not the decentralization has worked. Decentralizing Ghana, whether or not it has worked, why it hasn't worked. Should we stay with it? Should we depart from it and look for an alternative? Yeah. And did we even create it with the intention for development?
Particularly what we're doing with it now.
Exactly.
The way we are cutting it into pieces. Do we really
gerrymandering was the intention. We question. I mean,
right. Can you read a couple of quick comments for me on the transport side? Then I'll do tech and social media trends at 8. Then I'll get into water. I have a lot of water comments as well.
A lot, yes.
But so I just wanted traffic related.
Let me just say good morning, Bernard. I understand Godfrey's frustration. The traffic on the Pukwase Accra stretch starts off Fanco Spot and all the way to town. As to what is causing this challenge, I still don't understand. It is the traffic that is leading to stranded commuters. You should see the large number of people at each bus stop. The traffic situation leaves much to be desired. We get to work tired and frustrated. Can government get more buses on the various routes with varying services, express, air condition, and onboard charging units? This is Mimi from Pokwasi.
I want to read something to you from somebody who used to work
in one of those areas
at the office of the president. This thing they call I forget the name.
Something you read.
It says, in every modern society, urban transport is exclusive local government stroke municipal responsibility. Anything decentralized gets properly done. In Ghana, the transport ministry doesn't realize it needs to hands off and make local authorities responsible. In the last 25 years, no local authority in Accra has even had a single conversation on mobility and urban transport in their jurisdiction. That is the problem. Until urban transport is allowed to be managed by local authorities and the local authorities are held responsible for saying, it will get worse. Then another person in the same
Very interesting.
Another person in the same field sort of agrees with this point. He says, the assemblies are supposed to have a transport department. As I speak to you, only 10 assemblies have it nationwide. Page 88 of the National Transportation Policy clearly states that mobility is an assembly managed problem. So what I'm trying to say to you is that
I hear you.
The transport ministry can deal with GPRT at the national level.
Yes.
But what is happening in Accra today is a local government problem. And the local government ministry doesn't think about transportation. They think about sanitation. I don't even think they think about health and education that much. For them, sanitation is a key issue.
But are they successful with sanitation?
I'm not even sure they are. Because I think that the design of our local government, Edwin, the design of our local government, and I think you are right, it's more to satisfy political need for jobs.
Yes.
It's not designed to be the engine for economic development or any type of development. Right? So I think, we probably need to have a whole session on other sectors. You know this thing I'm doing this morning?
Yes.
I don't have decentralization and local governance. I don't have transportation. So because I feel like decentralization is what has failed Ghana's development. And the local government thing has been done to satisfy a political need and not a development need.
Yeah.
I think that's where we are. Let's bring you tech and social media trends. It's 8 o'clock. This is the City Breakfast Show. And Edwin is here. Caleb?
Tech and social media trends is brought to us by First Bank Ghana. You experience banking like never before with First Mobile or Quick Banking. When you use the hash, the code *894#, your bank will be in your hands. You will make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking with *894#. You will enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. You can get instant airtime and data purchase, funds transfer to and from your Momo wallets, inter and intra-bank transfers, plus much more. So download First Mobile app from the app store or Play Store. Simply dial *894#. Follow the prompts. Join thousands of customers and join seamless banking. Call us First Solutions on 0596921921. Email us firstsolutions@firstbankgroup.com. First Bank, you first.
Edwin Kwaku is here with the segment. Good morning, Edwin.
Good morning, Bernard. Thank you very much. We start off with some financial news, and 1.47 was trending online because the finance ministry said that the current administration has paid approximately 330 million in legacy debts to IPPs in 2025 as part of a broader strategy to stabilize Ghana's energy sector. So the ministry released that about 1.47 billion was being made available to clear inherited arrears, restoring investor confidence and ensuring reliable electricity generation nationwide. So IPP is also trending as a result of that. So people happy that these
keep the lights on. That's all you want. Keep the lights on.
Debts are being cleared.
Make it affordable.
Exactly. So the next trend is the Heritage Caravan.
Yeah, man.
The Heritage Caravan is officially sold out. So it's appropriate that in the 10th edition of the trip, it sold out in less than 10 hours. It's from the 1st to the 8th of March, as we know, traversing
less
14.
than 10 hours.
Less than 10 hours, yeah.
Quick.
So
I have to say this. I was in a meeting yesterday, okay? we're discussing finance, and then one of the consultants looked at his phone briefly and said, Kakra, Heritage Caravan is sold out. I said, but Frema was just on air a few hours ago talking with Bernard about it. How did that happen?
When you
amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing news for people. Unfortunately for people who couldn't get involved, but 14 out of 16 regions, we are starting from the 1st to the 8th of March. Final trending story, Xabi Alonso. He's been fired, or he's left by mutual consent, as the club said in its statement, after less than 8 months in charge. Yeah, so of course he was beaten 3-2 by Barcelona in the Super Cup. Real Madrid are also 4 points behind Barcelona in La Liga. Despite starting the season very well, they actually started with winning 13 of their first 14 La Liga matches. They only lost, of course, significant one to Atletico Madrid, a 5-2 loss, and this loss to Barcelona. And it seemed he had lost the players, because after the game, he wanted his players to give Barcelona a guard of honor. Mbappe said no, and he told the players to leave, and all of them followed Mbappe. So he seemed to have lost the players already. Already there was the issue with Vinicius Jr. when he took him off in El Clasico. So I think player power won in that scenario. So tech news, I want to go in-house.
Okay.
If you've not visited channel1newsonline.com, you are missing out on it.
Better.
So yes, it's looking much better. And if you see the interface, we've added a number of categories. It's not just your typical news. We have entertainment. We have lifestyle stories. We have tech news, film, TV, music. So all the videos that are produced on Channel 1 TV, and including more content that you may have missed across our social media platforms, you can find them on channel1newsonline.com. So a new platform to add to your regular search list.
That was Tech and Social Media Trends with Edwin Kwakufi.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we say to bank if it no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no need time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do, I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank, we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, bruh, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
We are officially sold out. 10 years of memories, 10 years of adventure, 10 years of culture and crazy good vibes. This March, we're turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. Expect non-stop fun, breathtaking views, deep cultural immersion, and unforgettable moments. This is more than a trip. It's culture in motion, adventure without limits. Pack your bags and get ready. 10 years of the Heritage Caravan, experiencing the sights and sounds of Ghana. You cannot miss this. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi 97.3 FM. Terms and conditions apply. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Delicious Christmas with Maggie. Me and Maggie, so good together.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, is it my TV or my eyes? Why? If you say everything clear past my future.
Oh, Charlie, it's not your eyes, it's the TCL C6K QD Mini LED TV.
With QD Mini LED technology, you get deep blacks, bright highlights, and colors so real. See, even the referee's board head, they shine.
Movies, football, gaming, every detail sharp like a new razor blade.
If your old TV they show blare blare, Charlie, it's time to upgrade.
Visit any Electroland Ghana shop for yours and enter the ongoing Achedia promo.
TCL C6K QD Mini LED TV.
TCL, inspire greatness.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
In red, and it goes towards Lovren.
Echo. I hear say you be football encyclopedia. Name 2 countries that dominated football back to back.
Italy and Brazil, legends.
You deserve to see the ultimate football experience live and colored.
Enterprise Insurance Insurna Chile promo is now bigger. Just buy or renew your motor insurance for a chance to enjoy the ultimate football experience live. Feely. Hurry now.
Enterprise Insurance, I'm on my way.
Buy or renew your motor insurance and stand a chance to enjoy an all-expense-paid ultimate football experience. Plus, you get free fuel coupons, shopping vouchers, airtime, and data bundles. Promo runs from January to May 2026. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, trusted for 102 years since 1924. Enterprise, your advantage.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
30 minutes past 8 on the City Breakfast Show. This is week 2 of our Effective Living series, and at 9:30, I'll be speaking to Letitia Ohiniefa on developing a family plan. So that's a week on planning. In studio now is the Managing Director of the Ghana Water Company Limited, a former Member of Parliament for Damongo, Adams Muta Wakil. He's joining us to answer our questions on the water sector. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, the great one.
Congratulations on your appointment. I haven't done a one-on-one with you properly since you were appointed, even though we've done a phone interview.
True.
So you were on the committee on energy when you were in Parliament the last time. So I used to interview a lot on ECG and oil and gas. Yes. So it was a bit interesting for you to be given the water role. Had you always been interested in water? No.
I'm more into energy. But I have accounting background.
Okay.
And then when I got to Parliament, I developed interest in energy.
Good. So
that was where I saw that place is challenging. Something that is challenging always interests me to go in.
Wonderful. So next month will be 1 year since you took over. When you got there, what did you see? What's your assessment of the Ghana Water Company's role in the water supply sector?
Thank you very much. As a new MD, I need to know first the production, the challenges we are facing where we are, the transmission and distribution, then billing, collection, and the financial status of Ghana Water Company, or Ghana Water Limited. Now, in terms of production, we have a huge shortfall. So I'll talk about national and then narrow to Atma production, that is Accra Tema metropolitan area. Nationally, we are the demand is 350 million gallons a day. That means all of that is being equal. We have to produce it every day.
Okay.
But currently we produce 240 million gallons. Yeah. So about 136 million gallons shortfall every day.
I see.
So that means that if we produce, there will be a huge shortfall. Now, if we narrow it to Accra, the daily demand in Accra is 210 million gallons.
Wow.
And we produce 137.
So Accra is more than half of the national demand.
About 60-70%.
Hey, and you produce 137.
Yeah, so a shortfall of about 73 million gallons.
In Accra.
In Accra.
Right.
Now, when you take that and you come to transmission and distribution, does the water actually get to the customer?
Another problem.
That is another problem. First, we have most of the infrastructure being weak. 2 illegal connections. People use the water without paying. So 52% of the water produced, we can account for it.
So
if you take
you are not even producing the 52% of the water isn't accounted for.
So for example, if you take Accra, out of the 137 million gallons we produce a day, what actually get to the customer legally is 68.5 million gallons.
Wow.
So you can see
so
that.
less than 1/3 of Accra's demand we even get to, because you need 210, you produce 137, and
we
about
can
half
only
of that
account for 68.5.
Oh no. This is serious.
That is some of the challenges.
And you are saying some is illegal connections, some is weak infrastructure. Which is a bigger one?
The illegal connections.
It's a bigger issue.
Because I realized that we needed to ascertain the extent of the illegal connections. So in collaboration with National Security, in August, we set up 3 task force. We call it the Revenue Enhancement Team. And from August to December, what we uncovered is serious.
Can you
where
share some highlights with us?
you will see a full water sachet treatment plant. Illegal.
The whole plant is...
The whole connected illegally.
They are not paying water bill?
No.
Jesus.
No.
Wow.
Some other things, the person is a commercial entity, but treated as domestic.
Oh no.
So you see that the revenue...
He's using water to work, but
to
he's
work,
paying
but it's as if an ordinary consumer. So, some also do bypasses. But with their work from August, we realized that as at November, the non-revenue for November dropped from 52, as the beginning of January 52. But for the month of November, we had 49.4.
It's very low, so it's still.
So
not
that means that with a few numbers, Accra is very huge, with only 3 teams. Then I realized it's good. So I had discussion with the National Security Coordinator again, so that we could increase the number of teams.
So you are going to expand this
to 12 teams.
So you are hoping that you reduce non-revenue water to what percentage? Because now it's 49.
PURC gave us a timeline. By 2030, we should have non-revenue 43%.
2030 is too far, my brother.
So what?
2030 is saying?
Now,
2030, where will we be?
No, but that is the target they've given us. So we have broken it down.
Okay.
At least by the end of this year, we should hit 35.
Okay.
45, sorry, 45%.
But that's still a lot too.
Yeah.
So 45% of your... So your non-revenue water will be 45. Which
45,
means that
that
you account for 55%.
Exactly.
But what's the standard in Africa? Or what's the standard? Because 55...
it varies. It's not like power. It varies from one to the other.
I'm maybe concerned that if national security and US that realizes that sending out teams can reduce the non-revenue water significantly, why don't they invest resources into saying, let's do a 3-month intensive clamp down on this so that you will reduce the number drastically, prosecute people, send fear, because this seems like business as usual. That's my issue. Because if half of the water you produce is not reaching us, and about 50% of that is from people who are stealing water without paying for it, you need to be more aggressive.
Yeah, that is, you need the data to go out. And that is why I started with the 3 teams, now 12.
Okay.
Because you need logistics, you need pickups for each team. And it's not easy.
But when you catch the people like you did, so when the people the 3 teams found, what did you do? Did you first present them to court? Did you, what was that?
First of all, we estimate the bill, how much they are supposed to pay. And within the 3-4 months, the estimated bill is about 5.5 million Ghana cedis. And we recovered 1.3, a little over 1.
They paid it voluntarily? Because you caught them?
Yes.
Good.
Then the legal department is pursuing them now
to go to court. So it's a very slow process.
Court processes takes a while. You don't just rush to court.
The rule of law.
Yeah, it takes a while.
In my mind, I'm thinking buga buga.
No, it takes a while.
If you are stealing our water, you are a criminal. So
it takes a while. It takes a while. So we believe that from July, when these 12 teams go out, we'll be able to recover a lot, use parts of the proceeds to get more vehicles to increase the numbers over
So
time.
you say that the issue of water theft is a largely urban problem.
It's largely urban.
Largely urban problem. And by the way, the 350 million gallons a day, what percentage of that is under Ghana water and what percentage is under community water?
No, this is Ghana water.
Oh, so we haven't even had community water?
No.
Oh, sorry. So it means that we need more water than the
Yes,
350.
we produce to urban and peri-urban communities.
You see, that is
so
good because when you
Ghana
said Accra is 136,
that
now Accra is 210.
210.
It's 210 out of the 350, which is urban and peri-urban.
Yes.
Good. Because when we add CS, community water and sanitation, it will be more.
They are for the rural.
All right. So let's continue with that train of thought. So on the non-revenue water that's from illegal connection, you are working.
We are working.
What about the infrastructure issue where there's a broken pipe and it's not somebody stealing your water? Talk to me about that.
That is pipeline replacement.
Uh-huh.
So as I indicate, we have very old pipelines.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you some statistics of the plants when they were constructed. Some 1950, some 1960, some 1967.
And never been changed.
And the pipelines are
Oh.
there. Asbestos and cement. We have a total transmission and distribution lines of 13,680 kilometers.
But asbestos is poisonous.
Now, asbestos and concrete constitute 2,352 kilometers. 2,352 kilometers
Of the
is
13K.
asbestos and concrete
Mm-hmm.
that need to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of the other pipes that are good, PVC and what have you, they are old and they can easily break with any little pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a revenue item and we are doing the replacement. But it's not as fast as we should, because we need capital injection. With the revenue we raise, we do it.
Hold on. 13,680 kilometers of pipe.
Pipe lay.
And you're saying that somewhere
2,352.
asbestos and cement.
Yeah.
Is that the old technology?
Yeah, that's the old
one. Yeah. So the modern pipes are not made with asbestos and cement.
No.
You're using that's plastic.
Yeah.
So the new ones, I see. How regularly do we get pipe lines replaced?
Yeah, it's
it's
ongoing.
And you are talking mains now. This is main transmission line.
No, plus distribution. The main transmission line, we need heavy investment on that.
Okay, what I'm trying to find out is that the challenge of water not reaching consumers, how much of that is because of the mains that are not working, and how much of that is a distribution problem?
That the mains plus the distribution is about 22%.
Okay.
Yes, we are here to disintegrate it.
No
As
problem.
I said,
22%.
And 78%, about 78% is more commercial.
So it means that the work you are doing with national security on the illegal connection, you can still do some of that also on the distribution payment.
Exactly.
Because people are not paying the right water bill, or they are not being billed.
Now that is that is where we say billing and collection, the last tranche. I'll come to that side. So this is the main transmission, distribution, and theft. So commercial losses is averaging about 78%. Technical, that is fiscal losses, is about 22%.
These are the figures you came to meet. What is the target you set for yourself?
There was no figure.
What do you mean?
No.
You are the one who's calculating this yourself?
Yes, we have started with the 3 teams and extrapolating it to estimate.
Are you telling me that your predecessor did not...
You cannot...
In his handing over notes,
no.
There was nothing about percentage of commercial
non-revenue water, 52%. Period.
That's all he said?
Yeah.
They didn't give you the details of this?
No.
You are sure?
There's no breakdown. So we started to be able to...
I have Clifford Rama's number. I can call him.
We started...
He's from your constituency. He's from your home.
He's my master.
He's your brother.
He taught me in Form 4, secondary school.
And he didn't leave you details?
I'm saying that there were no figures attached. Transmission, this figure. This is from our own work with the team we deploy, and then we estimate and to get these figures. So they are not like
fair enough. So you're giving me this. What I'm trying to find out from you is just like you said, you will reduce non-revenue from 52 to 45
by the end of the year.
This 78%, what is your target by end of say next year?
Now, if the 12th team comes out, this should drop. Now let me come to this. Let me break it. The 78.
Go inside.
If you take Greater Accra alone, which is highly populated, the non-revenue water is about 55%.
Okay.
So if you go to Upper West, Upper East, it's like 38, 32. The other place we record high is Asante South, Volta, Northern region. So it's not like... So if we focus on Accra...
You can reduce it significantly.
And reduce Accra significantly, because of the high population, it will translate to a reduction cumulatively.
Fair enough.
And that is why we are focusing much in Accra. And with the 12 team coming out, if we work very well, we should be able to bring Accra to about 47. And with the other regions operating below 50, you see that to pull the figure down.
How much of the commercial loss could be from your own people's lack of seriousness?
Yeah, that comes to another question, another issue. Any illegal connection has some relation with the Ghana Water Limited staff.
Mm-hmm.
And since this operation started, we've dismissed a number of staff. And two, I gave the district managers, that was in May, 6 months to achieve certain targets. And they didn't achieve it, they will be reassigned. And end of November, we did the assessment.
Okay.
And out of 103 district managers, 41 of them will be reassigned tomorrow next.
Because
They
the
couldn't
things
perform
happening in their
within
area
their
is
area.
very clear that they
It's
didn't.
clear.
Out of 100 and what?
Out of 103 district managers, on the 15th, 41 of them will be handing over to other officers.
Because they
Just to
couldn't
bring
meet the threshold.
and discipline.
So you admit that some of it is your own people.
Most of the illegal connections trace back to our people, because it's not easy to call an ordinary person to come and
Do you have a
anything.
geographical distribution within Accra of the notorious areas where you don't raise enough revenue? So, for example, if you have a dashboard to say Legon, Medina, Fair, Adenta, Tama, above average, maybe this Kuntun say, is there anything like that?
Tema is doing well because you see most of them are factories, so easy to track. Where we have gated communities, it's easy to track. But where the settlements are
scattered,
the low income, you see that a lot. But also some of the high businesses, big businesses, some of them engage in the illegal, like the commercial water sellers. So you realize that he should have been paying more, but because he's done illegal, he consumes more than maybe 50 households together.
There's another question there. For the domestic customers that you have meters in their houses, what percentage of them pay digitally versus paying manually?
Yeah, currently it average about 20 to 30%.
Oh, so the rest are paying manual. They have to go to.
So therefore,
oh my brother,
we are coming. Yeah, so that is a fact.
20 to 30% pay digitally. The rest have to go to Ghana Water window and pay with cash.
Yes, because that
one too.
That is a challenge.
Don't pay.
That is a challenge, and we have to face it.
Why haven't they been put on a digital system?
No, we have a digital system. So what we are doing now is our CCAs have been taxed as they go around reading meters to teach the customers how to use the Momo app.
Okay.
Star 1010 hash. 2, we are engaging 200 national service personnel.
Okay.
This time, I don't want them to work in the offices.
Go out.
Go out. 1, go after those who owe arrears, so that at least we can reduce the arrears. Because at June, we have arrears of 916 million Ghana cedis. So their purpose for the 1 year is to go after arrears and to teach our customers
how to
use the
digitally,
Momo app.
to make it even easy.
To make it easy. Because if we don't put in those strategies, it will be difficult. So if we continue next year, the service personnel continue from where these people have left off.
Let me just backtrack. Why are you reassigning the 41? Why aren't you sacking them?
No, if I ask you that you have a target of A to meet, you are not able to meet it. It's not a crime.
I see. No, because because the premise of the question was that some of them had supervised illegal connections.
Yes.
That was my understanding of their problems.
No, we have a target for each, and we have 5 items you must meet: reducing non-revenue water, 2, reducing arrears. So we have various scales that we match them with.
So on that basis, 41 of them will be reassigned.
41 of them will be
And that reassignment, is it geographical reassignment? to go to another place and continue their incompetence?
No, when you go, you are no more going to be a district manager.
That's what I want to understand.
No, you are no more going to
so
be
what
a
district.
district.
Are you going to be?
You now go and the regional chief manager will reassign you.
You'll be pushing papers
to work, but you will not work you will not be in the district.
But you'll still be collecting salary.
Yeah, but you'll be given a different role to perform. Maybe
I'm going to continue your mediocrity
there. But you see.
No, sorry, don't worry.
But that person might be specialized in another area, but not managerial level.
So let's come back to the investment side.
Yes.
You've explained the production shortfall.
Yes.
And you've explained the distribution for the mains and also the transmission lines.
Yeah.
Do we have enough production centers? By that I mean, or bulk supply points. The way that you see in electricity, they call it bulk supply points. Mm-hmm. So, for example, you do Pong, waterworks, Weja waterworks, Winneba waterworks, Swedru, Kwenyakun waterworks, that type of thing. If you look at Accra, do you think you have enough large-scale waterworks to meet the growing population? That's what I'm trying to say.
That is where we have a problem. Let me take Accra. We have 10 treatment plants.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Pong Old Works. Mm-hmm. It was constructed in 1954.
Jesus Christ.
Pong New Works. Mm-hmm. It was constructed in 1967.
A year after Nkrumah was overthrown.
Yes. Keseve, which is also at Pong, 1998 area.
When I was writing Wasi.
We have Siemens, which is at Pong, 2015.
It's not bad.
We have Tahal, which is also at Pong, 2014.
Okay.
We have China Gazuba, Pong, 2015.
Hey, 2015, a lot of things happened.
Yes, Adam Clark, Weja, 1980. Candy Plant at Weja, 1950.
Oh.
Bamak Plant at Weja, 1960.
Weja, they are old, pal.
And then Desalination, Nangwa, 2014. So you see that out of these 10 treatment plants, 4 of them were constructed during His Excellency JM regime.
Yes.
The present regime.
2, the desalination, the Pong,
the Siemens, the Tahal, and the China.
And then about 1, 2, 3, 4 were constructed in the 60s or the 50s.
Yes. And then
1 was constructed in
1998 under Rollins.
And then 1 1980.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, since then, not even one treatment plant has been constructed.
Which of these 10 is the most important? Which is
China Gazuba.
China Gazuba 2015.
The plant utilization capacity is 96%.
Where did you get money to build that one from?
It was a facility from the Chinese.
So that was 2015.
2015.
And this is in Pong.
It's in Pong.
So Western Accra will depend on the Weja ones.
Weja.
Which is 1960, 1950, and
yes,
those things.
The Bamak, the Adam Clark, and then the Candy.
And so the Pongs are doing Tema, Adenta, Ashaiman.
And then the Disal, Teshi, Nungwa, Bachuna, Sakumono, and that.
If you wanted to construct a China Gazuba type in another part of Accra, do you have a location in mind? So you want to do a major plant which is modern, like the 2015 one. Where in Accra would you do it?
Thank you. It will be at Pong.
Same Pong?
Yes. Because there's already provision.
The
when they were constructing this one, the 2015 one, they had already laid down preparation for a takeoff of a second phase.
Okay.
So 20% of the second plant was already done.
Okay.
The reservoir, the electricity intake, the intake from the main river, all of that has been done. So the construction of the plant, the transmission lines.
So what is needed for it to take off?
That means we need funding.
What do you estimate the amount to be?
A little over 300 million.
Cedis or dollars?
Dollars.
And if they give you that money, how long will it take to construct?
They normally finance the term, but I believe that within 2 years that should be done.
Usually, what type of source of funding is this? Would it be GOG money? Would it be a foreign bank? Would it be African Development Bank? Or what kind of what in your view? What type of money?
At this time, we always go for concessionary.
Concessionary.
And that because of the IMF.
And the concessionary, you pay back with the tariff revenue over a long period.
Yes. Normally, Bank of Finance take the facility on lend it to us, but settle the.
So I'm asking this because once you take a loan to build a plant, the cash flow is the tariff.
Yes.
So the level of tariff will be fed into the agreement.
And that is where the challenge is. For example, let me take the desalination.
Correct.
For example, we buy the water at a cost of 6 cedis, 75 pesos
Per
cubic meter.
So 6.75.
Yes.
And how much do you sell?
And we sell it at 1 cedi, 47 pesos per cubic meter.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
I don't determine tariffs.
It was there before you came.
I don't. The point is that Ghana Water Company don't determine the tariffs.
So you buy the water at 6.75 and sell at 1.47.
Yes.
So you make a loss of over
5.58
per
Ghana
cubic meter.
per every cubic meter.
This is since it was set up in 2014.
Yeah, that is.
So it means that the debt will be over 20 million.
So that is why you always need the government and the Minister of Finance.
And the desal is a private-public partnership.
It's a PPP. Yeah, build, own, operate, and transfer.
Which we felt was going to help to provide water for that area because it was an experiment with seawater.
Actually, it has helped.
But yet there's a debt overhang that if it's not paid, they've closed the plant now.
Yes. Normally, we have financial challenges, some operational challenges. The current shutdown is mostly financial.
Because they are old. My question is, when this was done in 2014, you were in Parliament.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you know that from the beginning, it was going to be making losses if government doesn't pay some money. Because if you are producing water at 6, and because the tariff is set by PURs, you are selling at 1, clearly there's going to be a 5 debt that somebody has to pay.
Yeah.
Now, you can't expect the poor station to pay for it because they won't pay a different water tariff rate from the rest of us.
Exactly.
Good. So my point is, from what I see, the government of Ghana has to find money to pay that debt so that the desal will keep running.
Yes.
Then you have to send an urgent memo to cabinet.
No, I'm in discussion with the Minister of Finance on that.
Because if this desal doesn't work,
stakeholders.
This is my challenge for you. If I'm an investor who has money, and I see what you are doing to desal, there's no way I'm going to invest money into another desalination plant in Ghana. That's number one. Number two, the way you set your tariffs across, if even it's a concessionary loan, if it's not properly calibrated, it may not work well. So you will be having difficulty attracting financing. You've already told me that your non-revenue water is over 52%. Your facilities all need revamping. So clearly your financial situation does not make you attractive for any type of money.
That's why the government actually intervenes and provide guarantees for that.
Good.
Yes. But as to the analysis in terms of tariff, as I indicate, PURC set the tariffs, not Ghana Water Limited. Minister of Finance facilitate any funding for Ghana Water.
Now listeners, I'm trying to
technical arm.
I'm trying to understand the man. That's why I'm spending time to discuss the problem. We'll come to the challenges you've sent to me. With all the things you've already said, non-revenue water is high, illegal connection, low investment in pipelines, not enough treatment plants. Then there's also Galamsey.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Geographically, which parts of the country would you say Galamsey affects when it comes to water supply?
First, Eastern
region.
Yes. Western and Central.
Those are the three.
In terms of Galamsey.
Okay.
Then we also have sound winning
and other things.
Other areas.
So Accra is so bound is really not something Galamsey yet. Okay. Now Central, I know there's Kwenyako Headworks and there's Winneba.
Yes.
Are they the two main ones, or which ones are affected by Galamsey? Which are
these are the two main ones.
Kwenyako
that has high turbidity, and it was quite high around August. But now, at least, our polyelectrolyte is able to produce the water now. So since September ending to date.
What about Eastern? Which treatment plants are affected?
Chebi.
Yes. And then Western?
Western, we have the Takoradi River Pra. And then Ayensu.
I see.
So we have challenge. But currently, we are able to produce.
Even though it costs you more to produce.
Yes, it is within the turbidity level now.
I'm talking about the cost of chemicals.
Yeah, that one
process.
Definitely.
So it's raised your production cost.
That one significantly. We used to, in the 2014-15, alum was used in most of these areas. Berekesi, Owabe, alum. But now we use what we call polyelectrolyte, which is 4 times the cost of alum.
Okay.
So that is one of the challenges, cost of treating the water. The other challenge we are facing now is siltation.
Siltation?
Yeah. You see, the river banks is loose, and once it rains, the intake is blocked. For example, Bonsa, we desilted it. 2 weeks later, there was a heavy rain. And as we speak, for the past 1.5 months, we can't produce because the silt has blocked the intake.
Okay, we've spent the half of the interview discussing problems, but you've given me 3 things you are doing. So let me summarize what I've heard. On the issue of non-revenue water, you are collaborating with national security to increase the operation to clamp down on illegal connections from 3 to 12.
Yes.
So that's a 4-fold increase.
Yes.
No problem. Number 2, on the desalination plant, you are engaging finance ministry to find a way of paying the debt so the plant can run, because the main is a financial problem.
Yes.
On the need for new treatment plants, you believe, or you are looking for money. You haven't told me, I want this. What are you doing to get money to set up a new treatment plant like the one in Bon? What effort are you making?
We engage investors and then do in consultation with the Minister of Finance, because the Minister of Finance is the final decision maker here, because they will go for the facility for us. So Ghana Water alone cannot just go and look for an investor, engage the investor. No. It must pass through the Minister of Finance. But if we are able to get another treatment plant like the China Gazuba in Pong, it will reduce.
Have you already made the case to the ministry? Have you presented?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm trying to move one by one. In terms of getting replacement for the old and obsolete main lines, like the asbestos and concrete, because that's a different investment.
Yeah.
Are you also going to depend on the ministry for another loan, or or you can use IGF? How do you usually replace these pipes?
PURC provide a revenue item for pipeline replacement. That is why I said it is ongoing. So every region reports those we need to replace. We engage contractors to do it. But some of them, the amount is far beyond what we can afford. But we see reducing that one has a positive effect on revenue. It's another way of reducing non-revenue water. One, if we have modern type, we can put in technology to be able to detect the flow of water to each area. And when somebody does illegal connection, it can give us a prompt. So it has both reducing technical losses and reducing the commercial losses. And if that is done, our revenue will shoot up to the extent that we can even pay for it.
Okay, you've told me some operational and structural problems you face, which could explain why our text line has been inundated. So I want Kakra to read just basic text messages. She's going to read about 5 or 6, and then you tell me what you answer, because these are comments around, I don't have enough water, the tap doesn't fill regularly, I don't get water, but I'm being billed, all kinds of comments. But I want you to hear for yourself. So these are what the people of Ghana are saying.
Okay, so our first one is Ajete from Oyarifa Gravel Pit. He says, Bernard, illegal connections in certain communities hurts the system more. The level of non-payment for water and electricity supplied, the illegal tapping of water and electricity is one of the major causes of problems of lack of these utilities. This impunity does not exist in Ivory Coast and Togo. Good morning, team. Kindly ask the MD the issue with Bone Township. Bone Township, where we go a month without flow and only have water flow for 5 days. Good morning, CBS. I would like to ask a harmless question. My Ghana water meter has been stolen and I'm still receiving bills. Okay, should I go to the Twitter then?
Did he mention where it's based?
No, did he?
He didn't. Caleb, go to the
back.
CBS platform and read more
Yeah,
comments for me.
he didn't.
Kaka,
Sure.
Go to the CBS platform and read comments for me.
So, right, a few of these.
So shall we go to Twitter?
I got a few now. I have a question for the MD. So, water meter at our church was stolen and not replaced for about 4 months, but we noticed that Ghana Water continues to send in high bills every month. I wonder how they arrive at the amount. Does it mean the water bills are arbitrary and not based on the meter's readings? Second question, I know some contract staff at Ghana Water who were due to be made permanent staff at the company but were suspended after the change of government. Some of these people are not political actors but have been adversely affected by this.
Let me answer the first three.
Yes,
Bone doesn't have water for months. They get water for 5 days. A comment around a meter stolen but still getting bills.
Yeah.
And then the issue of temporary contract staff being not made permanent.
Can I just quickly add to the meter? Because even when, aside it being stolen, when you've left the place you live, you still get the bills from Ghana Water.
Thank you. First of all, let me tackle the pond one.
Yes.
As I did indicate, the demand is 210 cubic meters, million gallons a day.
Mm-hmm.
We produce 137. Out of this, about more than half we can account for. That means what we can account for is about 68.5 million gallons.
Mm-hmm.
Take 68.5 as against demand of 210. So you see that the water cannot flow around all the time. And that's why I want to clamp down on these illegal connections to increase the volume that is available. And once it is increased, the frequent water flow will improve. So I want to ask them to be patient with us. Very soon we'll resolve it.
But whilst that is fair, why isn't there a regular schedule so that if I know that the water is not enough, I know that Tuesday at 4 p.m. then I can plan. I think the challenge is that some of them don't have it.
We have a rationing timetable.
And it's running?
And when the desalination was shut down, we published another one.
Okay. And you are working with it?
We are working with it.
You are sure?
But what happened is when the water flows and people tap so much on it,
it doesn't get
the
to the
pressure. The pressure does what? It drops.
So what are you doing about that?
And the pressure drops. So those at the far end sometimes get challenged.
Fair enough.
And mostly if we pump water and there is a lights off, the ramping becomes a challenge. And therefore, you see that the pressure on the pipe becomes
Let's stay
very
with
low.
the questions. How does somebody without a meter or how with a stolen meter still get bills?
So that is where I think I'll need the contact person of the person to make a follow-up.
All right,
because that is strange.
Let's deal with the question that
similar to that question, Bernard,
yes.
I have moved from my former residence. I still get water bills from that place.
But you don't.
But I no longer live there.
So the person who lives there doesn't get bills?
I have no idea. I still
No,
get bills.
If you left and your contact number is still with our,
they haven't changed the contact number.
So there's the need to change your phone number to the new tenant.
Let's stay with the comments.
But at Sakono people.
You've asked a question, hasn't answered it yet.
Sure.
Now,
contract staff at Ghana Water due to be made permanent.
Yeah. Actually, when I came to Ghana Water, there was a petition from the union with respect to recent recruitment that was done. And it was done in November. And in Ghana Water, if I engage you today, we are not paid from consolidated fund. We are not paid from consolidated fund. If I engage you today, by the end of, once it is before 15th of the month, at the end of the month, you should be paid. As at January ending, none of them was paid. So it's transfer of cost
from the previous admin
to the new one. That is the first one. What was approved by? So the union has a serious concern with that recruitment. Now the board approved 130 And the number recruited was 281.
So over 150 more.
151 extra staff. Now you look at, as I said, there is a revenue items. PRC, we shouldn't spend more than 25% of our revenue.
Mm.
And this percentage of revenue to salary was still in around 40.
So clearly,
so that means that we are rather taking from the other revenue items to pay for salaries.
Right.
3, Ghana Water is a technical arm. So if you engage more of commercial, audit, finance, without the manpower, technical manpower needed to man these plants, transmission line, distribution lines, then we are adding more costs.
Fair enough.
And as a result, I have to put this before management and then finally before the board. And they said, suspend. Board will come and take a decision. We didn't sack them.
Okay,
we
fair enough.
suspended.
Let me read 2 more comments for you. Good morning. I live in Odumasi. We have not had running water in our taps from Ghana Water Company. We buy from the tankers regularly for use. Odumasi, Sonitra, Oshioman, and its environs is a fast-growing community. We don't wait till buildings are placed on waterways before we mark them for demolition. Ghana Water Company should have a plan for a place like ours and should already be investing there. My question, what is their plan for growing communities like Odumasi, Oshioman, Sonitra, and environs? Second question, the taps in our houses at Tantra Hills, close to the Methodist Church, stopped running since 1998. We've been relying on boreholes since that time. Question number 3, I live at Bachona on the Spintex Road. I have not had water for 11 months. With just a family of 5, I buy 800 cedis worth of water every month. Interestingly, I live in a neighborhood where a former Speaker of Parliament and other high-profile people live, and we all buy water from the tankers. I've been wondering if my locality has no water. How about the other places? So let's deal with one by one. Odumasi, Peri-Urban Accra, fast-growing. What's your plan for those places?
Yeah, thank you very much. We have pipeline extension and we have pipeline replacement. So what they are requesting for is pipeline extension. What I request from them, they should put in a request to the regional chief manager. Now, they will now send a team to do the mapping, forward the copy to me, and from there we can take that on. So I plead with them, they should put in a request to the regional chief manager. It will come to me, they will do the mapping, and then we can now award a contract for the extension.
Second one, Tantra Hill, they said they have not had water since 1998.
It could be. There are so many reasons that sometimes it happens.
Right.
Just recently, the East Legon Hills, they had issues. Not knowing one of the valves was closed. Yeah, one of the valves was closed.
Okay.
And after getting it solved.
So it's a local problem?
Sometimes it's a local problem.
Okay.
If there is a problem and somebody locks a valve,
because
water will come.
It means maybe somebody who is stealing water has locked the valve and then he's getting water from. So
so what I will need is contact, and then I'll let the team come then investigate.
Okay. Third one that I read, Bachona Spintex Road, no water for 11 months, family of 5, 800 cedis worth of water every month. Spintex Road.
Yes. So that one the same I'll need, but you know he said 11, that is far beyond. So that means that I'll need his details to contact him, send a team to investigate.
Okay. I have 3 questions for you. So the first one is if you can explain for us quite clearly the boundaries of Ghana Water and then community water.
Yes.
Who provides water where?
Yes. We have, the act is there. The act says that when a community population goes beyond 5,000, Ghana Water takes over.
Okay.
So if community water is operating and it goes beyond a certain amount, number, Ghana Water will take over. But resource constraint, sometimes the population goes beyond the 5,000 and community water still continue to operate. Because going there, we need to put up a treatment plant, we need to put up, and if the resources are not there, it becomes a challenge. Like Wenchi, it was under community water. Now Ghana Water has taken over.
Okay.
So they are constructing the Wenchi water treatment plant to be able to meet the growing demand.
Okay.
So, but there is it's quite an area. I hope you are.
Yes. My second question is, when we started this conversation last week, a lot of people spoke about buying water from tanker service. In fact, Bernard had been a customer for years. Is there a legal basis for the operation of these private water providers, considering the fact that a lot of regular customers don't find water? So where do these tankers get the water from? Who are they buying it from?
Thank you. This issue of hydrant came up during the COVID, where government says free water. So they needed to make water accessible to residents and the people of Ghana. So we have to put these hydrants. There are no fire hydrants everywhere, so that tankers can easily fetch and reach out to.
Which tankers are these? Who owns the tankers?
Privately owned tankers. It's like government says water is free.
Okay.
We were putting a hydrant as various point, go and fetch.
Okay.
And then distribute it to Ghanaians, bring the bill, we pay you.
Okay.
After COVID, it continued. Do you get my point?
But this one been selling water before COVID, though.
Eh?
Some of the water people he's talking about, they've been selling water. He's talking about, you see, people who have clear trucks, then they'll put 2 big poly tanks in the back, and then they are selling water.
I'm still coming.
Where are they getting the water from?
I'm coming. So the first was the hydrants. So that one in July, we closed it. Now, I think there was a demonstration about it. But after that, and then the revenue enhancement team, our revenue up by 20%. Our revenue went up by 20%. That means more customers are getting water and making payment. Then we have reservoirs. Accra East, they have a reservoir. And that one is tall. It's not like a hydrant where water flows before you can fetch. You go there, we can give you water, and then you pay. But most of them now don't get picked from Ghana Water. Boreholes, maybe somebody has drilled a borehole. And we are following up on that because most of them to do illegal. The team went to a place. This big 1,000 liters polytank was buried under.
Wow. Okay.
They dug a hole and put it under, connected Ghana Water tap into it, and then treated it like borehole.
And then they are using it to sell water.
To sell water.
Then let me report one.
Now what happened?
There's one
So,
at Yamiche. You please
I think we'll go to
There's
the
one at
They do the same thing.
By the roadside.
Look.
Yamiche and Bintu is by
Now,
the roadside.
when
So
we
please
went,
check.
they said, "Oh, we are using a borehole." We fetched the water, went and tested for chlorine.
Borehole water.
Because when we tested for chlorine,
It was your water.
It was our water. We came and dug, and this whole polytank, 1,000 liters, was buried under and covered.
And they don't pay water bill.
And they don't pay water bill.
That's right.
Have they been good?
Now-
Have they been jailed?
That is what I said. Our legal team is going through the
Oh,
process.
your legal team is slow.
It's not easy.
Your legal team is
I have
slow.
one more question.
If you hire new lawyers.
Now, what the 12 team coming up,
Yes.
we are we buying this ground penetration equipment
To check if
so that our people don't go and dig several places looking for.
Let me read another one for you.
But
Oh, you have a third
I
one.
have
I
a
thought,
third question linked to something. So he's in his initial comments, he spoke about commercial pure water producers and then washing bays.
Washing base is another.
Yes. What is the check on these two? Because the reason why I'm asking this is when his meter readers come to my house, for instance, but if I owe 300 cedis, they threaten to shut me down.
300 cedis.
If I owe even 300 cedis, they will tell me they are shutting you down.
Yeah,
Yeah, you must pay. And it's fine. We'll collect, we'll pay. It doesn't matter, we'll pay. But I drive 2 meters away from my house, and there's a washing bay spraying water into the air.
And you don't know if they're even paying.
And I don't know if they pay.
So that is why I said the team is very, very important for us. Some of the washing bay drill a borehole, connect Ghana Water as well. So the only thing we do is to test for chlorine. And we've been able to disconnect most of this water washing base.
Honorable, they are not disconnecting.
They are
not disconnecting anything.
Maybe they are sorting them out.
They are not disconnecting anything.
I'm saying I have admitted.
Washing Bay is perhaps one of the largest growing small businesses we have in Accra. Nobody is stopping anything.
I'm admitting that we have 3 teams for the whole of Accra. Do you get my point?
Yes.
I've admitted.
We need more.
And I said it's insignificant.
Please get us more.
But even the 3 teams have identified some washing bays and closed them down or disconnected them because they were using Ghana water. I admit that we still have many. And that is why we are
I have a list too.
Yes, just give it to me.
Yeah, I'll choke everybody.
So that's why I'm saying that by February it will increase to 12.
I have more questions
now,
for you.
If 12 increase and we are able to rake in more revenue, we buy more pickups and increase the number. Maybe by June we can have like 50.
Okay.
And they can come around the whole of Accra. It has started, but we have not gone far.
Let's ask more questions.
I admit it.
This is a note from Suesco. Bernard, those of us in Suesco, this is Swedu Secondary School, hardly get water. Life is not easy for us. What do we do? Here's another one. We have not had water for over a year at Ridgeview Gardens, East Legon Hills. Engineers from Ghana Water Company Limited Adenta office visited the estate to assess the situation. They confirmed that our water supply comes from Santor, but it's controlled by the Adenta Ghana Water Company office. The problem is a disagreement over who controls the valve that supplies water to the estate and who is responsible for collecting our water bills. This dispute has remained unresolved between the 2 parties for more than a year, and as a result, the entire estate has been without water throughout this period.
I'll plead with you to send me
the lead of the
lead,
okay,
so that I'll get it resolved.
Yeah, so it's a fight between
Santor and as to who controls.
Okay, here's another one, which is a suggestion from Cyril, and it's okay. Where's the message? Where has it disappeared to? Okay, let me read one first before Cyril. This is from Ivy. Good morning, Bernard. Kent Estate and Peace B, Community 25. We've been buying water for 2 years. The water is now 800 cedis, and we buy it every 2 weeks. So this is Community 25.
This one is from Battels, who says he wants to know about the upstream encroachment of the Densu Weja Headworks catchment area by residential developers and its impact on the water resources from the Densu, including potential pollution from sewers in the developing community. He says it's an urgent issue.
All right. Comment on
that is very, very. It's not only that area. A lot of building along the river, and we've discussed with national security. You know, national security has carried out operation of that nature before, and it helped. So we continue with them to act, but we bringing in Water Resources Commission. You see, Water Resources Commission is supposed to make sure that the water that we receive in our reservoir to produce is good. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So we are involving Water Resources Commission.
Okay.
Then EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, to see how we collaborate to ensure that the source of the water is protected to our reservoir. So Ghana Water Company, to some extent, we don't make sure that the source is protected up to our intake, but we are interested party. So we collaborate with Water Resources Commission, EPA.
All right. Last week, Godfrey read a message, a comment, or not a comment, a data set around regions and the water poverty.
Yeah.
The region you are from, Savannah, is one of the worst. He said, I think 80% of the people don't have Ghana water, or they basically depend on non-sources. Yes. Then there's another message from Tamale Abdul Razak. He says, good morning, Bernard. Great job bringing Gallows to your show. Ask him about the Tamale water situation. Indeed, our dignity is stripped to the bare bones. Trust me, people spend more than 3 hours a day looking for water. The situation is sad. I want you to deal with Savannah region. Interestingly, your predecessor and yourself are both from the region. Yeah. And yet, I think Savannah region is one of the worst regions for water supply. Yes. Number 2, Tamale water has been a proverbial problem for almost 10 years. Yeah. Since I started this, my media work, every 2 months, Tamale water matter.
Yeah.
What is the problem?
Yeah, thank you very much. Savannah, I think in the Savannah region, where we have Ghana water is Salaga. The whole of the Savannah.
It's only Salaga that has Ghana water?
That we have a treatment plant that produces water.
For the region?
For the region. Damango we have, but it's not producing any water.
Why?
We don't, it was a plant that operated during His Excellency President Rawlings' time, but was shut down around 2003. And up to now, the dam has silted.
Oh.
So
it doesn't have enough water?
No. Yeah.
So what's the solution to the Damango issue?
Yes. First, we've gone to assess the old plant. We'll be doing some dredging at the dam to bring in water. Second is the Damango water project that is coming up. And that is what has been presented to Parliament in the budget by the Minister of Finance, Honorable Atufosin, including Tamale and then Yendi.
So when this plant is built,
yes.
But will it get raw water?
Yeah, we are taking it from the Yape, the White Volta.
Okay.
And then all the communities along that road to Damango.
So Tamale will also benefit?
Tamale has a full project on its own, also taking its raw water from Yape.
So the question that Abdul has from Tamale, when will that Tamale project be finished? Because Tamale say they don't have water.
Yeah, they have a treatment plant, which was constructed somewhere in 1972. And some of the pumps still relate to 1972.
At Champon time?
Yes. So the demand has outgrown
so what have the government been doing
the supply. Are you getting my point? Now, first thing is the plant need replacement of spare parts to at least improve production, and then replacement of the old pumps. As we speak, the spare parts will be in this January, and they will start the replacement.
Okay.
Then the commitment authorization has been given by the Minister of Finance for the procurement of the pumps. So very soon we'll kickstart the procurement. Now, there have been a perennial problem during fasting.
Where they need water a lot.
Where the water crisis becomes so much intense. We want to make sure that we monitor the flow of water to Tamale so that this fasting, people will have enough water.
All right.
If there's any staff that does anything to deny the people of water with the little that we produce, we are not going to joke with the person.
Let me read more. Bernard, ask the MD why the Ghana Water Company can't drill community-based water for average communities, because individuals are drilling and getting water from the ground. He's talking about boreholes. In fact, there's another person who asked that same question as to why water is so centralized. And let me just read it quickly. The message is asking why your engineers cannot come up with a more ingenious way of providing water by decentralizing water provision in communities by drilling boreholes. Is this something you can consider?
We have 84 systems. 61 are surface water, like Pong, Hueja. 23 are underground water, and that is boreholes. So we are into that as well. But as I indicate, you realize that when we drill a borehole, we don't just take the water from the ground and then pump to the community, because it has to go through our treatment process to make sure that it meets Ghana Water Company and IOS standard. So it's just not drilling the borehole and then you pump it to the communities. We put in place to treat it. So the investment there is not drilling borehole, but it goes with more equipment. So we are into borehole drilling.
Let me go to the voter reach. Good morning, Bernard. Currently, the whole of Afajatu South District, no communities connected to Ghana Water, and people continue to face water problem. My information is that Ghana Water is now laying pipe from Befi to the district capital of Vego-Lokwati. When is this project expected to be completed, and what is the plan for extending the water to other towns in the district, especially the Vego-Luenu and the town closest to the district capital, and the town with the highest population in the district? This is from Forsin Joto.
Yeah. As I did indicate, he should be patient with us. we have a revenue item for pipeline extension, the whole country. As the revenue comes, then we award and the contract and they execute. So we don't have money seated like big, then we just award and it takes place all of a sudden. So he should be patient. As they complete, we'll continue to award, we'll continue to pay the contractors, and eventually they will get water.
Okay. Good, my brother and team. Regarding the Galamsey impact on water supply to Accra, River Densu, which Wager Dam sits on, flows from the eastern region where Galamsey activity is currently ongoing within and along the banks of the Densu River. How has this affected water treatment and supply to Accra, especially since Kolebu Teaching Hospital also relies on water from Wager? This is Teresa Weyarini Adaili. Did you get the question?
Yeah, we have we have treatment plants along the Densu. If you go to Nsawam, if you go to the deep eastern region, and then Wager. But I can assure them that the water is being treated very well. I visited Wager about twice this year to see the processes. We have changed the pumps. Yeah, we have changed the pumps in Wager under my predecessor, and they are functioning very well. Then it was the filters that was left. We have 12 filters, 4 were not working. As we speak, about 70 to 80% of the work has been done, and it will be completed by first quarter of this year. So I can assure them that we'll do everything, but the cost of treatment is also a problem.
Okay.
It has gotten to a point I got worried how we consume aluminum sulfate. So currently there is an audit that is going on to truly ascertain whether that consumption is a true figure. And if it is true, that means that the turbidity is so high. So I can guarantee.
It's 9:15. This is the City Breakfast Show. We're talking to Adams Mutawakil, MD for Ghana Water Company. We've been speaking to him since 8:15 on water issues in response to your comments. This interview was triggered by complaints we got from those living in the Teshinungwa area who say they have not had water. Jeffrey, who lives there, who initially sent this message to trigger the show, says, Bernard, good morning. After 3 months, we finally got water last Friday. We pray we get at least once a week now. I hope that's not too much to ask. And I'm referring to Bacho and Nungwa areas. Thanks for your assistance. We appreciate it. So last week, your PR was on the line and sent us the schedule again. And after a lot of pressure, now the people have gotten water once. So let me just read two more.
On that schedule, residents of East Legon Hill say their problem has not been solved and the schedule is not working.
East Legon Hill is talking about my jaw getting to the place where they had the issue with Santor areas. I don't know if you are aware that their schedule doesn't work.
They said their schedule doesn't work.
I have to follow up.
You have to follow up. Okay. Let me do 2 areas. Pokwasi and Amasaman. So Mary Ada, who I'll be interviewing later this morning on our Mahama review.
She doesn't have water.
Send my regards to Mutawakilu. The Amasaman area and its environs usually go without water, sometimes for a whole month or more. Can he answer how they are able to still generate bills for us to pay when our taps don't flow? And you know Mary Ada, anti-corruption. Bernard and team, I live at Pokwasi Teacher Kope, where pipes were laid in the early 2000s. A few years ago, new pipes were laid. But to date, we still depend on tankers and tricycles for water. When will we be connected to Ghana Water? So I'm pushing you to Pokwasi, Amasaman. Mary Ada says for months they don't have water in Amasaman, yet they get bills. Pokwasi too, they have new pipes, but water is not coming.
Yeah, I think this question, the first one, has been raised before. And I said, all other things being equal, they are not supposed to get bills. And that I'll make follow-up on it.
Okay.
I've made that statement. In terms of them not getting water, I'm surprised.
Amasaman. He said sometimes for a whole month.
Sometimes.
Sometimes for a month. That's what she said.
Because I know we have, since I came, we have activated another treatment plant to add to the existing that I came to meet. And production has been going on. So I'm surprised that they don't have water.
Can you share with us the full water rationing schedule for the whole of Accra so that we'll put it on our website? Because the challenge seems to be people don't know when to expect water.
So I'll just forward it.
Yes.
To you
and
now.
then we will share it, Sky. Let's put it and read it regularly.
Skelly too says Spintex, no water since 2024.
That's the whole issue around the area now.
Since 2024.
Yes, Spintex. Now, have you answered the Pokwasi question where he says
it's possible as I did indicate, the pressures
are low, which is why we need a schedule. Pokwasi Chichakope, pipes were laid, new pipes have been laid, no water in Pokwasi Chichakope. Are you aware of this? You know Pokwasi?
I might not be privy to that. Unless a complaint comes. You know, it follows sometimes as a politician, people send me messages. Then
you follow up.
That one I quickly follow up. But if it's following the system, it's not gotten to me. It's very difficult at that level to know exactly what is happening at a particular place. And I would like to leave my contact here, or mention it for anybody who is listening. Yeah,
okay,
you just send me a WhatsApp message.
Professor Chris Gordon says I should read this message for you. Congrats on the water discussion this morning. My issue is that if he has to deal with all these operational issues, when will we have time for strategic thinking and future visioning?
Exactly.
Because you are solving everyday problems. How are you going to think long-term, 10-year development plan? You can't do that.
Let me come. Operational issues are necessary for an MD to know, especially with Ghana Water at this level. We still have so many issues. But strategic thinking, where I want to be, will be if I'm able to solve these operational issues at this level, that will propel me to that point. I have a vision. I have no revenue. There is 62% non-revenue water. My concern should be, how do I raise that? Because raising that and reducing the non-revenue water give me the revenue that I'll need to invest in my strategic objective. That is what I believe in.
So they are related.
So I'm very interested in what I do to put the company in good standing to be able to propel me to achieve that. If I forget of these operational issues, I'll be sitting somewhere and all of a sudden,
let me read more.
I can be taken by surprises.
This one is from Martin. Good morning, Bernard. The response of your guest confirms he has understood the sector very well. Very impressed. But we at Tuba, near Premier Care Hospital, don't get water, even though we are just a stone's throw from the Wager Dam. Tuba, Kaswa.
So let me tell you something. Majority of the problem we have is from Nyanyano, Kaswa, Bujumbura Estate.
What's the problem?
Bujumbura. These commercial losses, the tax fasting.
They don't pay?
Majority.
Oh.
2, during the construction of the Kaswa Road.
They best many pipes.
Many pipes. So my sister, I've spoken to the minister. Before a road construction starts, we'll do the mapping, get a contractor to relocate the pipelines before construction starts. Because most often the construction starts, they burst pipelines, people are denied water. Getting the process to get the pipes relocated becomes a problem. So I've discussed with the Minister of Roads, and so far, major roads that are to be done, Winneba, Kepkos, Takoradi, and other, they've written to us. We are discussing with them to agree so that we relocate them before the major construction is done.
Okay.
The Kaswa one, it didn't happen. They burst most of the time, and almost 2,500 customers were denied of water. And it was just about 5 months ago we were able to get a contractor to start.
There's an interesting question from a person. It says, from the MD, government is effectively subsidizing water for everyone who depends on Ghana Water, including the affluent and middle classes. Is it possible to use the billing system to correct this anomaly so that government only pays the subsidy for the deprived areas? Let me make it interesting. So, for example, Teshinungwa, this how there are people who are in Teshimami. You can generally profile the income levels of those there versus somebody in an estate like coastal estates, in a gated estate. Aren't you able, and we can do this for many places, aren't you able to recommend a differentiated tariff on the domestic side so that the affluent can pay a bit more, and you can zone it because we have all the data around incomes. Because if you are getting a 5 cedi loss per cubic meter for diesel, it's not sustainable. But I'm very sure that there are people within that Eshiringwa enclave today who, if you told them to pay even 20% more, they could pay to get the water. So that 5 cedi shortfall that the finance ministry is not paying, going forward, you can pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That
what was your
let
the man answer the question. Keep quiet. Put up their mic.
Thank you very much.
Put up their mic.
First of all,
don't mind it.
As I did
Me, I'll support it.
As I did indicate, Ghana Water Company do not set tariffs. So that will fall under Public Utility Regulatory Commission.
Mm-hmm.
However, in their tariff,
mm-hmm.
I'll call it reckoner. In electricity, we call it. It's graduated. 0 to 5 meters, we call it lifeline. So when you are consuming between 0 and 5 meters cube, there is a rate attached. If you are consuming from 5 meters to 10 meters, there is a rate attached. So that rate is graduated upwards. So if you're a rich man, that we suppose that you consume more water.
So this graduation is based on volume of use.
Volume of water use. So it is believed that you consume more water and you graduate to the top and pay more.
Okay.
And we also classify the customers. We have domestic, residential, non-residential, commercial, and industrial. And the rates are different. So those categories are there.
Can you find out from the Ghana Water Company why people of West Transaco, Adringano do not have water for the past 2 months? We have to buy water for 600 cedis every week. This is getting out of hand. No communication from them. This is West Transaco and Adringano. And another one, Chado. We have not had water for 6 weeks. We have been paying bills even without getting water. My workers tell me there is no issue with water in Ashaiman, Nima, Madina, etc. From his very own words, ordinary man's area doesn't have water problem. It's only East Legon, Chado, and Co that he sees as having water problems. So I don't know what he's saying, but so I've heard Transaco, Chado. Is that
Transaco? I have visited the residents to discuss about how to be able to get them water. We did some extensions there, so some areas quite okay. Now it's how to link that area to where they are complaining, where they have a reservoir, so that water can flow to that reservoir and then serve that. So anytime they open the taps and it flow to Transaco area, they should be able to collect enough into the reservoir. The other places, I want to urge them.
Chado. They said they haven't had water for 6 weeks.
We did some extensions there. Maybe the flow isn't good. We did 2 extensions.
But is it true that you make sure that lower income communities have more water than higher income communities?
No, it depends on your location. So if you go to...
He says Madina, Nima, Ashaiman have water. But Chado, Transaco don't have water. It's like you said that.
When you go to Ashaiman,
yes,
we have the main transmission line coming.
Oh, no, Madina.
So from this place... Dodowa area.
They get Madina.
You see, we have a reservoir at Dodowa.
So Madina
it pumps, and it has to come to...
What about Nima?
Our Adenta area...
Should be covered by Dodowa.
Yes, that area.
The same Dodowa.
So these are some... When you are located along the transmission line,
you get water. So we are moving to Ashaiman. I think that's the conclusion for that. we are running out of time. Just a quick yes.
Honorable, we are grateful for the time you spent with us. While you are fixing the problems associated with infrastructure, institution, theft, etc., which Professor Gordon alluded to, we'd still like to know what the long-term vision or plan is.
Yes.
What is going to be water supply in Ghana, in Accra, in the next, 30 to 50 years or 20 to 30 years?
Yeah. So just give me I have a plan and I have a vision for Ghana Water. And my vision is to transform Ghana Water Limited into a disciplined, technically sound, financially viable, and performance-driven national utility company, capable of delivering reliable water services while safeguarding public resources. This is the general vision that I have. So that vision can be achieved first from production, make efficient and effective use of the transmission and distribution, making sure that collection, for example, one of the challenge is billing, as we did indicate.
Yeah.
We are, because of that, split our TNI unit into GIS and ICT, so that the ICT can concentrate.
Okay.
We have smart meters, but they are not being used smartly. CCAs, that is meter readers, still you go and take a shot and transmit. I don't think you buy a smart meter and you still send people to take shots of the reading and send. I've tasked the ICT to make sure that we can have remote reading. Mechanical meters is allowed. Improve revenue by reducing the non-revenue water. Lobbying government to get serious investment. So I've had discussion with the Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing on that, so that a government will come in to be able to invest in the water sector for us to be able to achieve this vision I've set up.
Wonderful. Thank you. Let me end with Nana Poku. He says, good morning. Your guest is on top of the issues, but he's a serious thinker, so he shouldn't be too bogged down with operational matters, so he can do strategic thinking for the long term. I think that's the concern Kakra raised, which others are raising. Thank you so much. No, Sky, we have run out of time, so you just have to do
I just want to mention
closing
something
prayer, and then we close
quickly. So a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine from is Kweku Kwenedu from the Adenta Municipal Assembly. So he's talking about the Adenta area, Snake Flats, Victory Presby Church area, towards ICGC, the Roman Catholic Church areas. All of these areas, for 2 to 3 decades now, they've not had water.
30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
I know that area, Victory Presby. So this is Adenta housing. Adenta housing down. Housing down near former Rohi.
Yeah.
Rohi all towards Rohi towards IC.
Yes, from 2 to 3 days.
You have to pay a courtesy call on them.
I have to.
You have to visit.
So if you can get me there.
No, but thank you.
let me take
Thank
it.
you. You started well. We pray you end strong.
Thank you very much. I'm highly grateful.
Time check is 9:30. We'll come back with Effective Living series. We are still in our second week on planning for your life. We started with life planning. We're doing family planning for your family this week. In the meantime, Omni Basic Bank says Happy Global Customer Service Week from all of us. To our valued customers, thank you for choosing us, and to our beautiful, dedicated team, thank you for making service excellence mission possible every day. Have a beautiful week from Omni Basic. Call 030-708-600. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Freight forwarding just got easier with Hallmark Freight and Consultancy. Our attention to detail prevents customers from ever having to pay demurrage. Our quality and cost-effective service include ocean freight, air freight, customs clearance, logistics, warehousing, project cargo, X-Works, and break bulk. We can have your air freight delivered in less than 24 hours, sea freight in less than 48, and land freight in just 4 hours. Visit our offices on the 4th floor of the Allied Heights at Belinkwe or Cargo Village Airport. Call Hallmark on 050-147-1599 or 0302-915-335. Hallmark Freight and Logistics and Consultancy, your trusted and reliable partner. Get Diamond Cement, high grade 42.5 hour cement, the highest quality on the Ghanaian market. We also have the 32.5 hour grade, which means there's a good deal for everybody's pocket. Locate us nationwide in our factories at Plau, Takrady, and Buipe. Make sure you buy from the company directly. Call 0244-313-368. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond. And Piva has 5 distinct flavors available for you to enjoy: the cola, the orange, the cocktail, the grapefruit, and the tangy. Piva is available at your local store. Call us on 0550-032-231. When we come back, we get into Effective Living series. Letitia Ohiniefa is our guest, and today we're looking at planning for your family. Planning for your family. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 05500 32231. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Looking for a university that truly sets you apart? Academic City University Accra offers world-class undergraduate degree programs in engineering, business, informatics, and communication arts. And that's not all. Now introducing master's degrees designed to equip you with industry-relevant skills and global leadership capabilities. Study on a modern campus, learn from international faculty, and gain hands-on experience that sets you apart in today's job market. With over 15 student ventures launched and graduates thriving in top roles across Ghana and abroad, Academic City University is where future-ready leaders are made. Call now 0262 693 870. That's 0262 693 870. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders.
Hey! Menasini Ella! The thrill is back! The hunt for the ultimate treasure returns with Camel Antiseptic Liquid. Buy any bottle, scratch the panel, and text the code to 1393. Buy more, find all 5 Camel letters, and be the winner of the 100,000 Ghana Cedis grand prize, plus amazing rewards from airtime, weekly cash, and monthly shopping sprees. So, keep playing and keep winning, because Aseti Ankasa promo ends 15th February 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Keep out of reach of children. This promo is run in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. This advert is FDA approved.
New year, new goals, new beginnings. Admissions are now open for our January intake at Lancaster University, Ghana. Experience world-class learning, vibrant campus life, and a global community, all in Ghana. For more information, contact us at +233 030 211 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. Start your journey with Lancaster University, Ghana. Apply today and shape the future you've been dreaming of.
Every woman deserves hair that looks and feels amazing. It starts with the right product. BO16. After relaxing, your hair needs serious care. BO16 neutralizing shampoo removes all those relaxer residues and restores your hair's natural balance. Itchy scalp, dandruff wahala, BO16 treatment shampoo will rescue you. Leaves your hair absolutely divine. BO16 detangling conditioner. No more painful tagging and breakage. See how smoothly the comb runs through. Now you know my secret.
BO16. Express yourself.
This advert is FDA approved. The GC brand. It's all about you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's time for Effective Living series, and we're looking at how to develop a family plan. My guest, Letitia Hinefa, Executive Director, Lead Afrique. On week 2 of Effective Living series, let me say a very special welcome to you, Letitia Hinefa, and Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
Yes, it's our first time meeting this year.
This year, right? Yeah.
I trust you're doing good.
Very well, thank you.
Fantastic. Good to have you. So we want to delve into developing a family plan.
Yeah.
First of all, what is that and why is it important?
A family plan, you can look at it as an extended version of your own plan,
Okay.
right? I believe sincerely that every family, there's a reason why we come into every family. So you find yourself in a family for a particular purpose. Every family should have a vision and a mission.
Right.
And I believe it was Mother Teresa who said that the way you heal the world is to start with your own family.
Right.
So if we're all here out in the world working, doing things, then the way to fully manifest that which we want to get would be to start with our family. So that's
Right.
where it starts from, and that's why it's important to do so.
Very important. So how do we go about, and what are the benefits if we develop the family plan?
The benefits for developing the family plan, let me start with that,
Yeah.
is that you're working together in harmony. There's people are not feeling stressed or burnt out. You don't feel that the conflict is too stretched,
Right.
because sometimes there may be overlaps, other times there may be people who need to support others, there may be time constraints, and therefore you need to marry all of that
Right.
together. So how do you do, when you do that and you put it in a calendar format, then you're better able to support one another in the best way possible,
Right.
based on the skill sets that you have.
So we have different types of families listening to us. Some
Mhm.
are young and coming together. Others are very old and large. Some are small. Some have great grandparents, young, and great great grandchildren. All of them living in the same compound. Others are scattered all over the world or even across the country. So, how does one develop a family plan? Does it cut across sizes, types, frames, scope?
So I'll use a framework to help our listeners to make it easier for them to follow through the conversation.
Great.
So I'm using thrive, and the word is intentional because it connotes action, like act, go and achieve.
Okay.
So we're thriving together as a family.
Nice.
Right? And the T is to take stock.
Okay.
So you talked about different family systems
Yeah.
that we have. And within that family systems, you have different ages, different personalities, different needs, different everything going on at the same time. So you need to take stock. Where are we now?
Okay.
And then you need to scan your horizon. What's happening in the world around me? Just yesterday, I think over the weekend, we realized that fuel prices had dropped. And I
Okay.
think Citi put out a comparative analysis of last year's fuels versus this year.
Yeah.
We went to the pump once and we insisted that the fuel tank was not full because the money was lower, right, than what we're used to.
Okay.
Only to realize that fuel had dropped 5 cedis, right?
Ooh, you spent much
there's-
less.
Yes, you're spending much less. For me as the consumer, for the retailer, they are buying, and perhaps by the time they have to sell, the price has dropped.
Okay.
So they're losing money.
Right.
So you need to scan your environment to know. So if you have a family member in that particular area,
Yeah.
you know, for example, that you need to support them more
Right.
because they may be going through a lot of anxiety, etc. So there are things happening in the world,
Okay.
in and around you. A school system changes, the calendar changes. Those are things that you need to take. You need to scan the horizon for,
Right.
so you can plan better to mitigate whatever risk that would come with it.
Right. So
And
scan
then-
the horizon.
Mhm. So the first one is take stock, of
okay.
where you are today. Scan the horizon. What's happening in and around you?
Okay.
And how could it possibly affect you? And then the third one, which is the R, is reduce your risk.
Okay.
Of course, when you found out what your strengths are, your weaknesses are, the opportunities and the threats are, you need to work to mitigate whatever risk is associated with opportunities that you want to take.
Okay.
So for whatever steps you choose to take, what are the possible risks and how do you mitigate them? So that's the third, which is the R.
Okay.
Then the I is invest intentionally.
Right.
For those of you who, there's been a number of conversation about setting goals, etc., throughout the Effective Living series, and we have an expanded version of this on our website as well as Leader Freak, so you can go to that. But we look at 10 critical domains of your life that we believe that you need to intentionally set goals around. So you need to invest, and within these 10, when you've done your analysis and assessment of where you are, then you choose about 5, which will have like a snowballing effect in the other categories or domains of your life,
Okay.
and work on them.
Okay.
Then you come to the V, which is your values and vision, right? You always need some anchor. So your values are that which keeps you grounded, and the vision is where the family is going. Where do we want to go? So the family wants to go somewhere But individually, everybody is at different stages of life,
Right.
and they're all contributing to their own vision as well as the bigger family's vision.
Fantastic. So you must have values that are clear to everyone in the home. What is allowed, what is not permissible,
And
then
you need to discuss them all the
Right.
time, especially when your children are growing.
Okay.
Even when they were younger. So we let our children lead, for
Right.
example, lead the conversation.
Okay.
And we're asking ourselves things like, is it still relevant?
Okay.
If it is relevant, what does it sound like? What does it mean when we say we're living this particular value?
Okay.
What does it mean when I'm interacting with somebody, when I'm taking decisions?
Right.
How do I make sure that I am living my values?
Right.
Because oftentimes what we say is our value is completely opposite what our actions are,
Right.
So you need to make sure that you can visualize what that value is and how to live it in
Right.
order for you to work with it.
It's interesting the talk we are having on values and vision. No? In recent times, I'm reflecting on something I took notice of during our childhood. You know, our dad will always inform our mom when he was going out exactly where he was going. To the extent that when our mom was not around, he would tell we the children where he was going. But when we became teenagers, I mean, when you're stepping out, they ask you, where are you going? You're like, I'm a big boy. You don't need to ask me where I'm going. But you get to realize that it goes beyond security to instilling accountability.
Exactly.
So at all points, people must know where you are. And even when you come back, you must let everyone know, perhaps, what exactly transpired
And
where
when
you
you're
went.
a teenager, you think that's control and controlling.
Exactly.
Right? But it's just accountability.
Exactly.
And that's what that is.
Yeah.
So, and the final one is E, which is execute and evaluate.
Execute and evaluate.
And evaluate.
Okay.
And this is where the work is, right?
Okay.
So you've looked at all the 10 domains. Now you need to execute the ones that you have chosen. You're setting goals around.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to make sure that every single day, every single week, you're doing something that will bring you closer to the achievement of that goal?
Doing something every single day that brings you closer to achieving the goal that you
Yeah.
set for yourself.
You know, we
Wow.
currently have only about, I think, 242 days of the year left.
Really?
Let me explain. So we started out the year with 365 days,
Yes.
right? But out of the 365 days, there are about 100 and we've already spent 13. Take today out. We've
Yeah.
already spent 13.
Yeah.
There's still about 100 weekends. So if you don't work on weekends, that's 100 days
Right.
gone. Then we still have about 11 holidays. So out of the 365 days, we
Yes.
currently only have about 242. So if you're not paying attention to momentum and keeping up the momentum, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be gracious to yourself. Listen to your body, but that's why you set goals across the domains,
Right.
so that one is not suffering over the other too much.
Mhm.
There are days when something has to give more than the other, but
Right.
when you've done your total domain, then it helps to pay attention to it. So
Right.
you're evaluating every week, you're checking, what did I do this week to draw me closer to that goal that I set to achieve?
So beyond the personal, is this something you do every weekend or at the end of every week with the family as well, reviewing this business of taking stock? How frequently should you be doing that?
It depends. I would say twice a year.
Okay.
However, if you're working on a project together,
Mhm.
it should be more frequent. It depends on also on the needs and the demands of the project.
Right.
But minimum twice a year.
Okay.
What helps is quarterly.
Right.
It just makes it easier because
Right.
majority of children have termly. If you have a uni student, of course, they do more semesters. But it helps, even with a semester, it still helps to do the quarterly.
Right.
Because no matter what happens between January and March, there will be a family gathering.
Mhm.
Between April and June, there will
Yeah.
be a family gathering.
Yeah.
So it helps if you use the quarterly system
Right.
to do these evaluations.
So we are talking about how to develop a family plan. My guest is Letitia Ohinefa, Executive Director, Lead Africa, and so far we're going through a framework that's very simple to remember. Simply thrive. Thrive. And with T, we are saying take stock. Where are we now? What has brought us here? Where are we going? And then when you're done, scan your horizon to see the changing circumstances in which you are living, and then work the differentials into that goal you're setting.
Absolutely.
Then reduce your risk, as in for every opportunity, you are taking advantage of their risks involved. So see how you can collectively reduce those risks and take advantage of the opportunities.
You're a good student.
Thank you. And then we're looking at investing, right? After you've reduced your risk, you need to invest intentionally. And I'll come to some of them so you can throw more light on them now that we know what the framework is.
Right.
Have values and vision. So the values will hold you together. The vision. So the vision is where you're going, but the values will anchor the vision.
Exactly.
Did I get that right?
Exactly.
So that you don't get swayed, you don't get moved
At
by
all.
different things. You know where you're going, and your values are holding
Not
you
every
down.
opportunity is an opportunity that you must seize, right?
Absolutely.
So if you have a vision, the reason why some of us just keep swaying is because, and do that pendulum, is really because we don't have a vision.
True.
So everything looks good.
Right.
So today somebody is selling something, there's a new business.
We are
run
going
to
for
it
it.
because we believe that, oh, you have the capital, the entry isn't as expensive, so let
True.
me go there.
True.
Somebody does this, so you run around in
A
circles.
swaying pendulum.
Uh-huh.
No vision.
But you need the vision to make sure that it has to be in alignment. For example, I don't do things that do not grow a person.
Right.
So before I say yes to anything, I need to make sure that that's my vision, right? Cultivating a new generation of leaders for
Right.
Africa. So if it is not in alignment with that, I simply would say no,
You're
thank
not
you.
doing that. Because you have a vision.
Because I have a
it
vision,
must
I
align.
must stay focused.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a no.
Yeah.
And you're not feeling bad about it. Because it doesn't align with your
I'm
vision.
not apologetic about it at all.
Ooh, I like that. The difficult part you admitted yourself, the one that's difficult doing is the execution and evaluation. Because you can always take stock, you can always scan the horizon, reduce your risk, invest intentionally and have your values and vision, but the execution.
The scanning your environment.
Yes.
I think a lot of people don't do that.
Okay.
And it's because perhaps we don't know. But there are multiple things that would affect us this year. For
Right.
example, depending on the work you do, we already talked about the fuel
True.
prices dropping.
True.
You look at Ghana today, there's perhaps another 1 or 2 by-elections coming up. That in itself will destabilize a number of people.
Right.
There's internal party politics happening this year.
Correct.
It's very likely to either slow down certain decisions
Right.
based on whether you're in or out.
Okay.
So these are things that affect you as an individual and an
In
organization,
fact, with the whole change
whether
of
you like it or
government,
not.
some households have had a different
Thank
turn
you.
of events because
Thank you.
some have been sacked, some have been appointed, new things are happening, so you need to scan the
And
horizon.
even if you're within it, you still need to be aware because it is going to have, I said we have 242 days,
Yeah.
right? So if there's some decisions that need to be taken in certain areas of your life that is aligned to this, then you need to know that you have fewer days to get those decisions taken.
Very interesting. We have 242 days because there are about 100 weekends. I didn't even think about it that way, you know. We're just going.
I tend to be I'm very big on productivity. So I think through these things.
Very interesting.
So it's important that people scan the environment. There's so much happening within you, in and around you, that you need to be in awareness of.
I like that. There were some 10 critical domains that you said we should look out to when we're
Yeah.
investing and then focus on some 5 areas. I'd acknowledge Petra Trust, Hallmark Freight and Consulting Ghana Limited. They are sponsors for the Effective Living series. You're hearing the voice of Letitia Ohene-Efa. If you're watching us online, the beautiful face you're seeing belongs to Letitia Ohene-Efa. She's the Executive Director of Lead Africa International, and we're discussing how we can develop a family plan, regardless the size of the family, whether it's new, big, small, old. You can always develop a family plan, and we have gone through a framework of Thrive. Now I want us to spend a bit of time looking at the 10 critical domains for investing, and then the hack for keeping yourself disciplined in executing. You're very big on productivity, so you can help us with that.
All right. So for the 10 critical domains,
Yes.
we can start with financials, right?
Great.
Once upon a time, it was said that we need about a 6-month buffer to sustain your level of lifestyle should something happen to you.
Yeah.
COVID taught us that you need about 2 years, right? So we all need to be mindful based on the different needs of the family, the individuals and the collective.
Right.
You need to recognize how much money do we really need?
Okay.
How much money are we spending? So this is where budgeting is important.
Right.
How much are we spending on household? And I
Right.
think once upon a time we did a very thorough budgeting thing
That's
on that.
correct.
And if we have to, we can do it again.
That's
but
correct.
it's important to even know how much you're spending on your dogs. Because it adds up. Every penny adds up.
Right.
So that you know, if this is how much I'm spending,
Yeah.
how much am I making?
Right.
Where is the variance?
Right.
How do I make up for it?
Okay.
So people need to know that. Of course, you need to save, you need to do some insurance and to invest as well. So that's
family
finance.
insurance, very important.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's important to do. Then there's career, there's work. I believe that when we start, everybody should do a skills audit. It's important. If you're in a career, how are you bringing value to the space?
Okay.
And if your child is, for example, going into a space to do an internship, something, how do they even learn about the organization so that they know where the organization is struggling and what they can add to it? And if
Okay.
you're staff, you must do same.
Right.
So you do that from home, and it snowballs into the office and to the society, right?
Right.
So you need to know that as well. What new things must you learn
Okay.
in order to be better at what you do or better at what you want to do? How
Right.
do you fund or fuel your dreams and that vision?
Right.
Then there's health and fitness.
Very
I just had an interesting conversation with Dr. Goldie when we were waiting because she's here to talk about cervical cancer. So simple little things that we don't know. You're a female. What age are you? You're a man. What do you
What are
know
your
about
risks?
yourself?
Okay.
What are the risks? What age are you? How are you eating?
Right.
What exercises are you doing? What is it? How do you want to make sure, if you're blessed till you're 100, do you want to be holding a stick? Do you want to, what does that look like for
Right.
you? And you must start from today. So you
Interesting.
begin with the end in mind
Very
for
important.
that.
Oh,
The
I like
meal
that.
plans that is aligned must be aligned with your goals. Then you look at intellectual, which is a bit different from the career and work, right?
Okay.
So you may be like a doctor, but you have multiple clients in diverse industries.
Right.
And sometimes through networking, you must be able to have certain conversations. We're just talking about politics. I'm not a politician. We're talking about the energy sector. I'm not in the energy sector.
Right.
But it has an effect on my lifestyle.
Right.
So I need to broaden my scope
So
of
that I can
understanding.
better consult my clients.
Thank you.
Based on their area of expertise and their line of work.
And I can better make sure that my goals, I can achieve my goals, even if it has a negative impact, because I'm mitigating my goal,
I
my
love that.
risk, right?
Letitia, there's a question I want to ask with respect
Please
to.
do.
So we want to see someone over the weekend. He was talking about how a family is tearing apart simply because gentleman has been promoted. He has a lot on his desk to clear. Lady is pursuing a master's. No, so the fight that they are fighting is who will pick up the kids. So it's three. Someone needs to pick up the kids. Lady says, I'm going to school. Gentleman says, I have a lot to clear. And it's a back and forth that they are having. So you can tell that even growth at some points can affect or impact
Which
the
is
harmony of the
important
family.
to take stock.
Yeah.
So if they had taken stock
Right.
of what is to come,
Right.
that's why we do these things, right?
Mm.
It's not just for fun. So throughout, maybe during the year, I haven't been promoted yet, but
Yeah.
it is likely, or I want to be promoted. So you make sure that you work for it, deliberately work towards
Right.
it. If that is the case, how do we support the young people? Is it that we get a support system at home, a domestic support system? If the children are females, does a female sit in the vehicle to go pick them up?
Right.
How do we manage that? Intentionally. You need to be intentional about life all the time.
Otherwise,
So
even
they
your
don't
blessings
need
will
to
become something
Thank
else.
you. It becomes a chore, right? So currently, they're fighting and they're losing each other because of growth. So it's supposed to be good. Something that you have to celebrate now mars your relationship, and you don't want that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't want that. So that's why it's important to think through all these domains.
Very important. So
Yeah.
we've talked about the financials, we've talked about career work, we've talked about things to learn, we've talked about health and fitness. We're saying begin with the end in mind.
So we've looked at intellectual.
Exactly, and then there's the
Then there's
intellectual
spiritual.
aspect. Spiritual.
Spiritual is important because everybody believes in something.
Yeah.
So whatever it is you believe in, you must grow in it,
Grow
right?
in
So what relationship and practices do you want to anchor to? Do you want to just be a churchgoer? Do you want to understand the word of God for yourself? Do you
Right.
want to have a personal relationship? What does that look like
Right.
for you and for the rest of the family?
Great.
For some, we will choose to read the Bible together.
Absolutely.
You should know that some have more time, some don't.
Right.
So maybe somebody wants to read 5 chapters a day, but you realize that if we're doing it together as a family,
It will strain
we
the
perhaps
other.
could only read a chapter a day,
Okay.
and it is okay.
Right.
So what is the critical thing that you're trying to achieve with that?
Great.
Makes it easy for you to decide that I won't do 5, I'll do 1,
Right.
and we'll do 1 together. And be
Letitia,
bigger.
where and how can we reach you or find you? Because there's so much we can unpack from you. But indeed, within this short time, we've learned so much more. But if we want to reach out to you, how can we get to you?
I think you can just go to Leader Freak International's website,
Okay.
and then we have Leader Freak TV on YouTube.
Okay.
And you'll find a number of amazing information there. I somehow knew that we won't have enough time to unpack all of this as well. So on Sunday, we're offering a free online
Amazing.
session for an
Amazing.
expanded version of this.
To develop a family plan.
Absolutely.
Great.
So you may go to the YouTube page, send us a DM
Right.
on any of our social media platforms. You will get the registration form, and then you can register as well.
Beautiful.
And, yeah.
Beautiful. So there's more to get on how to develop a family plan, but that's been an amazing conversation we've been having with Letitia Oheniefa, Executive Director, Leader Freak International. Thank you so much for passing through.
You're welcome.
And helping us develop a family plan.
The beauty is inside of you. Don't let them bring you down.
And that was Effective Living Series. Hope you learned a thing or two to help you develop a family plan. My name is Caleb Kuda. Effective Living Series was brought to you by Petra Trust and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy, Ghana. My name is Caleb Kuda. Bernardino Kokuavle led the conversation earlier. We had the managing director of Ghana Water in the studio to address all your water needs, locality specific, national focus. Thank you for doing the listening. It's top of the hour, and Samuel Akom is here with the news at 10. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up, Ghana Water Limited uncovers illegal water